Woo! Just when oh! Oh, he's done well to take the bounce. Oh, he's put it down. Bowling! Hello, wherever you are, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching yet another cricket.com Watchalong, in particular the Kolkata Knight Riders playing an IPL game at home after 4 years. And guess who they're hosting? Of course, it's my beloved Royal Challengers Bangalore. My name is Avnish Hegde, and I have a very chuffed Somesh Agarwal in white today, who's saying, I hope both teams loses today. How dare you? But how are you, Somesh?
All well. I see. Oh, you were sitting cheekily in the RCB corner.
Cheekily in the away camp, bro. That's how I got placed. So, yeah, I mean, what are you expecting? Because just a solitary change for both teams. We'll start with KKR, of course. No Anukul Roy, and they've got the new leg spinner making his debut, Surya Sharma.
Apparently not, actually.
Oh.
So, since they're batting first, they have Venki here in the team, who was the impact sub in the last game.
Correct.
Even I was a little taken aback when Nitish Rana said that we are playing Shivam Sharma?
Yeah,
Surya Sharma.
Surya
Sharma, who is a leggy.
Correct.
Yeah. And I was like, what are they doing? They are a batter shot.
Yeah.
But then obviously when the playing 11 got revealed, we realized that Venkatesh Iyer is playing, as should have been the case. And I think he's already revealed the impact sub.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. So Surya Sharma is not in the 11, but
oh, correct. It was always one of those blunders that Rohit Sharma made at the toss in Bangalore, saying Behrendorff is playing, and it was like, a cat's out of the bag situation. But as you can see, the teams over there, Virat Kohli, Faf du Plessis will be opening the batting, but not now, of course, because Kolkata are going to be batting first. Thanks to a really confusing toss conducted by Sanjay Manjrekar out there in the middle. Faf du Plessis' accent really causing confusions in terms of hearing. But look, we're 6 seconds away from the first ball being bowled. Sync your streams in wherever you're watching. We'll be here to take all your comments. Yeah, comments. I was going to say other words, but comments and insights. Gurbaz to face up to Siraj, who has a particularly great record against KKR. It's a brilliant ball first up. I mean, it's a no-brainer, right? So we were looking at the fantasy stats before, and it is a typical Pacers delight, this pitch.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Because Siraj was of the opinion that yahan to bowlers ke liye kuch hota hi nahi hai, so
I think he was saying that because Pacers travel as much as they take wickets. In terms of the wicket split, 75 Pacers to 25 spinners.
Yeah, but I mean, this is not a delight for bowlers at all. It's like if they end up taking wickets because koi to wicket lega hi, but everyone will go for runs.
So the average first inning score batting first is 170. Let's see how much KKR gets. Siraj into Gurbaz, ball 2. And there are 2 leaves, and you don't normally associate the Afghan batter to do that because Gurbaz is like a pocket dynamo of sorts. No wonder he's been brought in. Only time will tell if Jason Roy will get a gig for KKR, because remember, he was ushered in last minute for the replacement of Shakib. They're showing a split screen right now of both the Kings, King Kohli and King Khan, and that's going to be a subplot if there ever was. But yeah, join us, tell a friend. We're going to be here. It's going to be absolutely chaotic. Me watching an RCB game is always fun. I'm not putting myself on a pedestal of any sort, but still. Whoa! Talk about shambolic bowling. Siraj with an absolute what? How do you describe that? So
I think Ramanullah sort of flummoxed him by
coming down the track.
Appearing to come down the track.
Yeah. I mean, we normally liken those kind of deliveries to Steve Harmison in the Ashes, if you remember, but this one was the opposite radar. Down the leg side. I don't think even if Dinesh Karthik had
radar, maybe same. He bowled to a lefty.
Correct. Yeah.
So the trajectory ekdam same.
Oh my God. So look, 2 good balls followed by a shocker. What's happening? What's happening, guys? And he leaves another one. So keep your comments coming through. If you have any questions for Som or the boys or stats, keep them firing through, because it's going to be a sensational evening. I say that because, look, we've seen some homecomings already this week. Hello, Tanmay. We saw RCB play at Chennai at the Chinnaswamy. We saw Chennai play at the Chepauk. We saw Delhi play at the Kotla. And now, of course, IPL returns to the Eden Gardens. Isn't Vaibhav Arora a better option for impact sub, as KKR wouldn't need 3 spinners? Also, if Russell is bowling, they should play KKR in the extra batter.
Yeah, I think, did Russell bowl in the last game? Don't remember him bowling in the last game. And the second thing is, against Kohli, you would want a leggy. I'm just very sheepish when I say that.
What, Surya Sharma going to get him? How many debutants have got Kohli?
Yeah,
A
I mean,
lot.
another reason for just unleashing a debutant.
It's crazy. I mean, I was looking at KKR's last game. Remember, they lost their game against Punjab away in Mohali because the rain actually went against them. And does it tell us that Russell bowled? No, it didn't bowl. So Umesh Sadi, Narayan, Chakravarti, and Thakur,
Yeah.
just five
Oh,
bowlers.
he
they
Russell
used.
didn't bowl, so we're not sure if he's going to bowl today as well or not.
Yeah, catch that. Ooh,
Oh.
flashy from Gurbaz. Oh, it was nearly in chance of another injury.
Not a good effort.
But I think David Villi, who's coming for restop play, it's a misfield, and Gurbaz will take that. KKR will take that. 9 for none.
Siraj ke kaan mein se धुआं निकलता हुआ.
Yeah, he actually does well against KKR. If you remember that game in Abu Dhabi, I think
Of
he
course.
bowled superbly.
That
Absolutely
was
on
coming
point.
of age for Siraj.
Yeah. And then after that, it was just being downhill so far. Who is the culprit here in third man? I think it's David Villi, if my eyesight serves me right. It is.
Who will be bowling this next over, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been tragic if he actually dislocated his shoulder there because Topley, of course, is not playing that for that very reason.
Topley
Siraj
took a topple.
Topley took a topple. Well, okay over. Two balls.
Siraj gave 5 runs in 3 overs against Mumbai.
Yeah. And then
he ended up giving 5 overs without a ball today.
And the thing is, Siraj, we were doing an analysis of it. So I don't know if you eavesdropped in the office, but essentially it went something like this, right? Mohammad Siraj has been absolutely brilliant in his first 3 overs since 2020. It's just that last over which has just been costing him lots of runs.
I think that's true for a lot of Indian bowlers, right?
True.
Even Shami
as well, but it's so drastic with Siraj, it's unreal.
Yeah.
Even the game that you mentioned right now, the first one that RCB played against MI, 5 conceded in the first 3 overs. Then his last over went for 16. So, I mean, it really tarnished his figures, but that's something to think about for RCB. Let's see how they use their options. Now, will they use Willie, you think?
I think so.
Just as a straight like for like?
Yeah, of course.
Or would they use the local boy in Akashdeep?
Akashdeep, I think he's more of a... I think he'll bowl 5th or the 6th over.
Yeah.
I think these first 4 overs are pretty much logged.
Correct. I mean, they have 2... that's good call. So, Willie to Venki.
Oh, Iyer is opening.
Yeah.
Not Mandeep. So,
No,
another
Mandeep.
change for Kolkata.
Just a change. I think it was a similar change to one of the teams.
And by the way, we have been harping about game not finishing in time. They actually have a rule of having one fielder inside. And that has been applied only once when Chennai were playing Lucknow.
No. So it's maybe just the broadcast 20-minute segment in between, which is actually making it seem...
Yeah, it's a 20-minute segment.
That's ridiculous. I mean, normal T20 rules should be coming from the boards and the cricketing bodies, which is...
I feel 20 minutes
10
itself
minutes
for changeover is a lot.
Yeah, for sure. No Willie. There is Willie. He's bowling right now, Nandlal Sepat. So, yeah, I mean... It's really interesting how RCB will use their bowlers, especially. I mean, it's not the Chinnaswamy deck tonight because it is Eden Gardens. Like I was mentioning, 2 local boys in that RCB setup. Shabaz Ahmed, who plays a lot of cricket for Bengal on this very ground, and Akashdeep. So they were speaking about it.
Forgotten Dinesh Kapil.
I was going to mention him, the good adopted son that he was for KKR a while ago. And remember the last time RCB were on this ground, it was at Rajat Patidhar 112 against LSG in the eliminator, remember? So good memories for RCB. They did play the IPL technically here last year, that one game, and then lost to Rajasthan. I can't believe they lost to Rajasthan, who went on to make the final, win the toss and bat first and then choke. I think we would have
Butler scored, right?
Yeah, Butler Barrel is out of the game.
In the qualified 2.
Qualified 2. Was that? Qualified 2. I keep getting confused with the eliminator, which was against LSG. Right, so Willie to Remla Gurbaz this time. A little bit of swing on offer, but not that much. And Willie is not the quickest. Obviously, a 10-kilometer difference in terms of Willie in top lane pace.
Yeah.
Willie might be the odd 125, top lane 135. But yeah, I mean, looking forward to a lot of fantasy cricket players out there in terms of points being accumulated. I made my team just in the nick of time. Thanks to the FRC, I'm not even boasted by the cricket.com app. I've got King Kohli as captain, just thinking with my heart. And I've got Faf as vice captain. Oh, Gurbaz has had an absolute smash at that. One bounce to the fielder, Shabaz Ahmed. For a second, it nearly carried. And this is an understandable field because, I mean, you would bring fine leg up, but with that kind of bowling, it's kind of ridiculous. They're just showcasing the scorecard of the Mumbai versus RCB game. Then the Sapat saying,
Oh,
I meant Willie will
he said
bowl. No,
no, Willie.
Oh, okay. Sorry, we missed the comma there, if there was a comma. But yeah. KKR, where do you think? We all predicted KKR, funnily enough, in one of the IPL prediction videos that they'll finish bottom.
Yeah, right now it's the race to the bottom between KKR, Mumbai, and Delhi.
I really don't think Mumbai are going to finish bottom. I think Mumbai are going to finish top four. Oh,
Top four.
Yeah.
Right,
I'll tell you why. They just have it, so they have it. They can't have two rubbish seasons. I don't think they can have two rubbish seasons in them.
Yeah, let's see. Vikramaditya is an interesting point. Decisive game for Gurbaz with Roy coming. Yeah, I mean, there'll be pressure on him, but it'll be so hard if Gurbaz is dropped just because Roy has a better reputation. Because they did choose Gurbaz ahead of Roy in the auction. So
I agree with you, but then does the whole keeping thing come into the equation? Because who keeps them for KKR if you get Gurbaz out with Roy, which is fair. Because Roy just smacked the 145 in the PSL. He's killing it.
Point, yeah.
Essentially, I mean, they had the overseas prone Sheldon Jackson all those years ago.
They have Litton Das as well.
Yeah, even Litton Das didn't get the thing.
But Gurbaz has to get a good run. He is bound to come good.
So does that make you think that Gurbaz is like an automatic undroppable?
Because I think so. He has to be. They should give him. They should just trust him for 14 games, in my opinion.
Is there any auxiliary keeper, makeshift keeper?
Pranav Anand, I mean, I cannot emphasize on that enough. I feel they are better off playing a batter, overseas batter. I mean, they can play both Roy and Gurbaz and just drop Saudi and play Weber Aurora. I don't think there is a lot to do. Saudi went for 50 in his 3 overs in the last game.
But that's a reputation pick.
Yeah, I mean, what's there to lose? Play a Weber Aurora and just strengthen your batting because Kolkata already have a batting lineup which is not very strong against good pace bowling.
Correct. The other pacer that, of course, KKR will use a lot this season is Shardul Thakur because he bowled his quota 4 overs. In fact, they used just 5 bowlers. If you guys missed that chat with me and Som just earlier, they just used 5 bowlers against Punjab. So let's see how they go about it in the second innings. Ratna Siraj to continue. And it's a solid start this term, KKR. Remember,
even adding David Villa is not a bad shout.
Correct. I mean, let's see
Jagdishan is their keeper.
Jagdishan is a keeper. That's a good option.
Yeah.
That is a good option. And remember, the Jagdishan, was it this year in List A cricket where he smashed that 270? It's quite ridiculous. Anyway, Pratik Kandari saying, what is your take on Gurkirat Paji's tweet? He said coaches and captains should be cognizant of players' primary skill value before putting them in the hot spot regarding the Cade injury. How do you perceive that, so?
Yeah, actually, it'll be very difficult to ascertain that, right? Because he was fielding at the boundary, but injury can happen at any other spot as well.
Yeah.
When Virat dislocated his shoulder, he was not at the boundary. He was somewhere in the ring and he was running to chase that ball and he threw himself for that dive.
Yeah.
So I think Gurkirat being a little harsh there.
I mean, Gurkirat sometimes is a little touch harsh, but look, we agree to disagree with him politely over there. But that's a good point mentioned by Pratik Kandari. Look, I think it's a blessing in disguise just on the topic of Kane. The fact that Dasan Chanaka has finally got a gig, it adds balance to their side. They've always wanted to play Vijay Shankar, who is similar to the Dasan Chanaka caliber. Thoughts about Roy Shakib's replacement, opener for an all-rounder lower order batter. If he plays, who sits out? I feel Saudi and Menki plays at number 3. We were just discussing that, Tanmay. So essentially, that's the question. So if Roy can open with, say, Jagdishan, not a problem, right? Then you can take Gurbaz out. So if you take Gurbaz out, you're essentially bringing in 2 players.
They shouldn't take Gurbaz out.
They shouldn't.
Of course.
No, I'm just saying if Gurbaz, say, has a poor run, will you give him the long, essentially the whole 14
They should
games?
because he has a ceiling.
Okay. Catch that. Ooh, he's not. He's got 4 Gurbaz. He can bat this bloke. He really can. And he was in my fantasy team as well. I think in the fantasy preview that we did on cricket.com, we suggested 3 keepers this evening. We'll let you guess the other 2. We picked Gurbaz. Okay, fine. We'll pick Karthik, but we picked another. Let us know the other in the comments. By the way, Gurbaz replaced Roy in GT last season. Yeah. It's honestly a game of musical chairs, Vikramaditya. Musical chairs. The outcast goes on to say an innings is supposed to be in over 90 minutes, including timeouts, but due to the timeout and reviews and discussion, it takes 2 hours, and somehow after time allowances, there is no penalty.
Yeah, on paper there is, but...
Oh, he's cut him half there.
He's cut everyone in half.
I mean, it's jagged back in, and Gurbaz will take it.
For now, given more runs in extras than through the bat.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, do you think KKR will just put on a party tonight because the whole Shah Rukh Khan family is out there in the balcony of the Eden?
Let's
IPL's
see.
returning.
I want to see a game like yesterday. 200 be
That's
200.
insane.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know whether it was just an RCB thing. So they have this game day video on their socials. And in that video for this one, they were talking about how KKR and RCB is generally a big heated rivalry. But if KKR fans couldn't support KKR for some reason, who would their second team be? RCB. And I'm just like, what really?
What a shot
That's
is.
a brilliant shot. He just
That is
lent on
guided.
that. He's just lent on that. So yeah, 25 for none, 2.5. So they've got some good runs in this over. Remember, it was 12 for none after 2. And Arvind KS, good to see you in the comments. Can bowling wides be a tactic just to break the rhythm of the batsman going at you, especially in the death overs? Not saying Siraj did it as a tactic though. I mean, sometimes these are certain ploys maybe just to like put batters off. But how much can you do? Because if a batter is seeing it so well, especially if it's a well set batter in the death, I mean, all you can do is bowl and then pray that you don't get slaughtered. So is that a wide? I think it's overhead. Yeah, it's given. So 26 for none, 2.5. I don't think Willie will continue from the X, and I could be wrong. I think Agashdeep might be throwing the
Willie
ball.
will continue.
You think Willie will continue another over? Yeah, so it's interesting.
So, Hasaranga will join on the 10th.
Yeah.
Do RCB playing one game before that?
No, they're playing on the 10th.
On the
again.
10th. So will he be playing that game?
I don't think so. I mean, again, Hesson said this in that video that I was referring to. 14th Hazelwood returns.
Yeah.
Hasaranga returns on the 10th. I think RCB play on the 10th, 15th, 17th. So maybe in the 15th you could see Hasaranga. They would love to see him play on the 10th because essentially he plays the last ODI in New Zealand on the 8th. He comes back, say the jet lag 9th. I don't think he'll be match ready, even though it's an late start on the 10th. So I don't know. Let's see how it goes.
As usual, Siraj wanting a review of his bowling. Not a surprise there.
I mean, there's some bowlers in the world who just beg their captains for the reviews, right? So if Siraj is one for India, I think Jadeja is another.
One.
I think Stuart Broad is probably the world record holder in that regard.
Even Cummins, when he was not the captain.
Yeah, that is true. I remember Cummins used to appeal for absolutely everything.
They wasted a review in that Western Test.
Oh,
just
yeah.
because Cummins wanted to win.
That was like literally Jack Leach and strike, I think, and all 3 greens. And when they needed it, after that shocking call from, who was it? Who's the umpire? Getting his name. The West Indian bloke. Joel Wilson it was. I can't believe he didn't give that out. Okay, fine. So Soam's right. Billy's continuing. And I mean, it's 26 for none, 3.1. But if you miss the first 3.1 overs of this game, 9 byes, one which cut Gurbaz in half, one which literally
5 wides and 4 byes.
Yeah. So essentially,
extras have dominated. Actually, you can look at the scorecard and see, bhai, run kab banenge? 5-26 hai, yahan to kuch dikh nahi raha hai.
That is true.
But one of them have to have a move on, right? Both can't continue like this. I think Venkatesh has to take on.
This is a good stat here because look, if you can just remove that logo also. Bowled him! Bowled him! Brilliant from David Willey. Get in there. We'll come back to that graphic. But look, at the end of the day, King Khan's not happy, but he's applauding. Well done, Shah Rukh. Well done.
But what shot was it? I mean, it's like Venkatesh is like forgotten how to bat.
Yeah, I mean, he looked like a walking wicket, I feel. I mean, this is just cut him. But look, again.
But he was off the back foot, playing on the back foot for, I don't know.
Yeah, and it's not even jagged back that much. I know it's pitched outside off and it's hit middle.
But it's like his footwork, right? The feet never move. So,
I mean, I think
neither here nor there.
I think if he goes back to the dressing room and checks the bottom of his shoes, maybe there's a Fevicol chewing gum, all of that. I mean, look, we can just make a joke out of it. But like Soam said, shocking shot and KKR 1 down. And I just keep looking at this stupid ad. And I mean, you can make whatever you want of it. If you guys know, you know. We'll take those comments coming through. But before those comments, Shaunak, if you can fire up that particular opening stat that you had about Kolkata Knight Riders, because it goes on to show us most openers used by a team since IPL 2022. And no surprise for guessing, it is the men in purple.
Of course, I mean, it's a team whose batting has clearly struggled.
Correct.
And their batting has predominantly relied on under Russell, to be honest, over the years.
Yeah.
Last year they had Shreyas Iyer and Rinku Singh sort of came to a party
Exactly.
in the second half of the season.
True.
But the top order is, they're really struggling with it. Venkatesh Iyer has not been had a horrible last season.
Yeah.
This season also he's not started that well. They had Aaron Finch in the team. Who takes
Aaron Finch? They had Venki Iyer. They had Rahane to open. They had bowling. What a ball this is! Oh, what a ball this is! Shut the front door, David Willey.
Back to back. That's Mandeep Singh, another recruitment which just
brilliant.
I don't know what were they thinking.
What were they thinking? And I don't know. I mean, it's another ex-RCB player, but who cares right now? Because that's probably the ball of the tournament. I'm not being biased. Look at it on slow-mo, and trust me, this is the ball of the tournament by David Willey. I mean, it just leaves the batter nip and tuck. You can't play that, even if you wanted to. Bracewell loves it. Kohli loves it. RCB on fire.
And you love it too.
I love it too. I mean, this is how it's a cruel game, right? At times, Reece Topley enjoyed bowling in those 2 overs against Mumbai, dislocates his shoulder, goes off. Now, Willie's come in, looked absolutely scintillating.
Now he'll take 6 wickets, but even then he'll be dropped when Hazelwood is back.
Oh, I didn't think about that. 14th is when Hazelwood returns. But yeah, Arvind Case, David Willey, fire. Let's see how that progresses. And good call, Som, because look, I was probably tempted to throw the ball by Akashdeep, but maybe Faf and you, great minds think alike for a reason, I'm guessing. Going back to that graphic, right? The fact that Mumbai just used 2 openers is, of course, just shows you just the stability that they have. But we were just trying to name the 9 KKR openers right now. So there's Aaron Finch, Venki Iyer, Ajinkya Rahane, Sam Billings opened in 1 game. I remember even Sheldon Jackson opened in 1 game. There was, who else? Let us know in the comments below who I'm missing, but surely there were other candidates. I think maybe even Nitish Rana opened in 1 game. So look, get your comments coming through. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. We're growing each day, with each day, I should say. And the KKR captain now comes out, Nitish Rana, to potentially defend this ball and see out a hat-trick. Oh, it's a good ball from David Willey. It's a good ball. So there's pressure. I don't think Shah Rukh Khan's liking what he's seeing right now. Pranavan saying, so that was a ball. I can actually see Topley bowling, but not Willey. That is true. What a ball this is.
A little harsh. Willey, somehow just Willey flies under the radar.
Correct.
Even for England, he was there and thereabouts for the 2019 World Cup squad. But obviously they fast-tracked Jofra, and the one person they had to sort of sacrifice was David Willey.
Yeah. And Kolkata fans would say, you know what, that ball was maybe an average ball, but Mandeep made it look better with, defense being back and being bold. But like, essentially, look, I'm just kind of chuffed as an RCB fan right now. 26 for 2, 3.5. Let's see how much they get, essentially, Kolkata, because I particularly see, I was talking to Akshay as well, this is 2 points for the taking for RCB. Acha time to go hiding, says Vikramaditya.
Who is a KKR fan, by the way.
Is he? He was based out of Assam.
And our producer is a KKR fan as well, so he must be a little...
Is he? No, he's an RCB fan. He's an RCB fan.
Oh, okay.
I mean, maybe it's the Shaunak derby, essentially. RCB KKR. The Dinesh Karthik derby. Willey taking Mr. Jax. I saw that, Arvind. I saw that. I was tripping balls, honestly. It was ridiculous. It was actually hilarious. I mean, Mr. Nags is any a funny guy. I don't know if Som finds him funny.
What did he say? I did not watch the video.
So just again, piss taking. He's interviewing Topley and David Willey. He starts off the interview by saying, sorry, who are you again? They're like, yeah, David Willey, Reece Topley. And then it's just normal Mr. Nags comedy. So if you're an RCB fan, you laugh a little extra. If you're not, maybe a few things. This is Som's favorite ad, by the way. It's been running in a couple of IPLs now. What is that? Shikari. And
let's not go there. Oh, so Siraj not bowling 3 in the power play.
It is my man, Akashdeep. Come on, Akashdeep. Show us what you got, man. Show us what you got. The outcast saying Roy Litton.
I really want Gurbaz to
make it by the 12 at the end of the season. For sure.
Gurbaz to just whack some. Score a few runs, dude.
Bro, you saw Kohli deal that. That is ridiculous. Kohli surprised himself. This is struck. Why can't they just show the replay? I mean, let us know where you're watching this as well, where for some reason watching it on the Hindi stream, because like the English just messes about. I don't know why. Sabse Kifayati
Spin gainbazi.
Ooh, what's Kifayati?
Economical.
Oh my god. That's a heavy word. That is a heavy word.
Short.
Catch that. Catch.
No one is
Oh,
catching that.
fine
It's
leg.
6.
Fine leg is up.
Short Gurbaz.
Look, Gurbaz is actually counter-attacking. That's probably what KKR need right now, especially in the power play with 10 balls to go. And he's probably looked the only batter with some sort of substance and style
Panache.
and panache out there. And if you flash hard, like Ravi Shastri says. So
This is not a flash, but yeah,
is it-
everyone gets the gist.
everyone gets the gist, right? Yeah. But that bat reminds me of old school Shoaib Malik, old school Pakistan cricketers, MB. The MB Malik bat. Just carrying over. How's the boundary size of the Indians again? Small, right? It's just the illusion.
Oh, it's a no ball as well.
Oh, Jesus, Akashdeep. Why? Like, I don't know why. Like, I'm not just singling out RCB and Akashdeep right now, Som, but we've seen it with CSK. These guys get paid the big bucks, bro, 50, 60 lakhs to just bowl. You get hit for 4s, 6s, sure. But how can you not control no balls?
So, no ball is a crime.
I mean, I know Nathan Lyon, for example, is a spinner, but he's never bowled a no ball in his life. That is quite crazy. The volume of cricket that gets played.
Even Graham Swan, right?
And Swanee, I think, as well.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a helicopter with his free hit. But just a single no, it'll be more. The fielder's kind of fine.
I really want to know who among the Pacers hold this record of just not bowling no balls. Because Stokes bowls a lot of no balls. Bumrah bowls it time and again.
Yeah. Is there anyone stats duty today?
But it'll be a little difficult stat to find. It's not that easy.
Really? I mean, we'll ask the boys anyway. Anirudh and Akash, if you're listening, tell us the pacer, in T20s at least, who's bowled the least amount of no balls. That makes for a good question. Pranavana, meanwhile, has a good question, speaking of them. I'll take that in just a bit. Yeah, dot ball, 35-2, 4.3. What do you make of KKR's decision to drop a slow left-arm bowler and Anukul Roy against RCB, whose top players are vulnerable against spin? Looks like they will bring Surya Sharma in. I would have preferred both. They have done exactly that.
Yeah, I think Pranav, they just want to. I don't think they could have had both in the team because that lightens their batting lineup even further. So what they've done is just opted for one over the other. You never know. I mean, their impact sub can be Anukul Roy, not Surya Sharma. But definitely they can't have both in the 11.
Just makes you think about how Kolkata will just generally fit in all the other pieces in the
because
puzzle.
There is Narayan and Varun Chakravarti as well. I mean, and four spinners honge, so definitely at least one of them will be underused.
That's one point. And what So mentioned earlier with the openers, Jason Roy is there, Jagdishan's there. With the pacers, again, if Saudi, of course, gets found out again, surely you're bringing a change in that regard. Anyway, back to the action. Deep to Gurbaz, he'll probably get 4 more here. And unfortunate that he just adjusted, fine legs up in 4 more. Amir Khan didn't bowl a no ball until the 2010 incident. He means Mohammad Amir. He means Mohammad Amir. Yeah, not Amir Khan. Not Amir Khan. Yeah, for a second I was just like, are you referring to that particular advert? But then I was like, no. There was something which I wanted to tell you guys, which was, check out Akash's article, right? Which was a kind of a prelude to this game, talking about all the fascinating KKR and RCB memories. So, I'll make that as a conversation right now. Which is your most captivating KKR RCB memory? Is it Kohli Gambhir? Is it Siraj Russell? Is it the first ever IPL game?
First ever IPL game has to be there, but it's pretty common, right? Everyone talks about it. I think that Siraj spell was pretty good. I mean, no one expected Siraj to be that kind of a bowler, and it sort of, more than anyone else, it gave him confidence that he belongs at a certain level. And since then, Siraj's journey has been on a high. So we clearly saw that one IPL game create so much impact in someone's head. So on that note, I might just go and pick that game because of the sheer impact of that game. Because obviously, no one can forget the impact of the first ever IPL game. I mean, the entire tournament is so alive because of just that particular night.
Correct.
But yeah, if I have to pick something recent, I think that Siraj spell was a pretty significant day.
Yeah, significant day in KKR RCB rivalries. Of course, lots of KKR fans will be typing the words out or the numbers out rather, 49, to rub it into RCB wounds about how they literally skittled us out that day. And then we went on to buy literally all their bowlers.
We do have a good listicle on our site, no?
Correct. So that was
about the same, yeah.
That was the one that I was plugging in. Check it out on the cricket.com website. Akash has written it. And I'll tell you my favorite personal memory from a RCB KKR game. There was one rain-induced encounter. We'll just come back to that. 41 for 2 5 overs. Willie to Gurbaz. Good over. Sorry, good ball to start the over. So there was that one game. Don't know which year, but it was Mandeep Singh who pretty much won the game for us. It was a 10-over contest at Chinnaswamy. It had rained, and it was like about 109, I think, essentially, is what we needed to chase, and RCB got the job done. There was another game, which was Chris Gale's first game, I think, in RCB colours.
Yeah,
And he
was
got
released by Kolkata just the season before, and he got 100 against.
Correct. And I think the story is, I think there was a problem with his visa. I think Mr. Malia promised him a house in Goa and a yacht. I think he just flew in the next day, and then he was just like, you know what, let's go.
And the rest is history.
Yeah, he's saying Ross Taylor hacking us for 82 from 33 in South Africa.
Yeah,
I remember that.
I remember Ajit Agarkar bowling low full tosses.
Yeah, I remember that. I miss Ross Taylor, man. Especially peak Ross Taylor for RCB. Just shimmying across the leg side and then boom, boom, boom. There was one game against Delhi Daredevils, the good old Delhi Daredevils in the 2010 Champions League. Boy, I missed that tournament. That tournament as well, Ross Taylor came to the fore. So, yep, big Ross Taylor fan. Short from Willie and short from Gurbaz as well.
Gurbaz has played a lot of shots to be just 26 or 23 balls.
Exactly. It's kind of misleading because he was part of those hideous buys given by Siraj and wides. Not the buys such because that cut him in half. But essentially, Gurbaz has been the shining light so far for this KKR innings. 46 for 2. I don't know what they're kind of looking at right now. Obviously, they have a lot of firepower still to come. We talk about Bray Russ, but apart from him, they have that Rinku Singh, who's probably their find of the tournament last year.
Yeah,
Rinku Singh by a mile. Finished off, won a couple of games with them single-handedly as well. So, look, let's see how that goes. There are a lot of pacers with just one no ball in T20s. Yusuf Abdullah, Abdul Razak. Good old Abdul Razak. Yeah, I mean, Abdul Razak was also like, do you like his action?
Yeah, decent. So, I was speaking to someone on Twitter. He had data pulled up from the 2003 World Cup of average speeds. And of course, the fastest delivery that every bowler bowled. And Abdul Razak's fastest delivery was in 140s. And I was like,
he doesn't seem like that. He's one of those bowlers. I think there are other bowlers as well. Like, for example, a modern example I can give is Cameron Green, right? Doesn't seem like a 140 plus bowler, but he is. He just is. Maybe it's the build or whatever, but Abdul Razak's another great example aside. Just nonchalantly ambling across and 140. I mean, he used to actually be the first change in some of the test matches also for Pakistan, interestingly enough. Anyway, 5.5, 47 for 2. RCB pretty much winning this power play because Kolkata, even though they've got the runs, they're not really run away with proceedings. Yeah. They were showing a stat just earlier, the fact that since IPL 2021, the team which has been dismissed the most with short balls, and that is KKR.
I mean, that should not be a surprise.
Because of Shreyas Iyer?
The entire team.
Because the entire team. That is true. Ooh, it's a good ball. Billy's bowled sensationally well. I think it's been a tale of two halves in the power play. Billy's gone for just 9 in his 3 overs. And with that, will make the first substitution as Akshay Kumaraswamy, the other RCB lad in the CDC office.
You need some RCB
energy.
Brotherhood.
RCB
blinders.
I mean, but to be fair, are you actually backing KKR?
I'm backing no one. I just want to see a good game.
I'll tell you why he's not being an RCB fan tonight. So that's because in his grander predictions, he said RCB are going to finish bottom of IPL 2023. So please feel free to lambast him in the comments below. You can see it when he's taking his break. Diabolical. This is just personal hatred that he has against innocent, naive bachas like me in the office. It's quite sad. It's honestly quite sad. But anywho, jokes apart though, 47 for 2. Check out the stats and the analysis on the cricket.com website. We keep showcasing this beautiful ad with all the player matchups and all of that. So sometimes I might give you some strange captaincy suggestions, but look, feel free to use your gut as a feeling, not literally on the app, and build your ideal fantasy 11. I've kind of been getting things right so far in my fantasy cricket so far. I've also got Michael Bracewell in my fantasy team, and he just comes on a bold, superb move this path because you're thinking Nitish Rana, you're thinking Bracewell, thinking matchups, but he loves to reverse sweep. Surely, surely, something, give it, give it. He's not giving it. He's not giving it. Now, what are they going to appeal for?
Not given.
Now, Bracewell's telling Karthik, saying, surely, mate. Faf's coming from mid-off saying, we're going to have a look at this. But they're not convinced. They're not convinced. They're not reviewing it. They're not reviewing it. Or have they reviewed it? I think they have reviewed it, you know. I think in the nick of time.
Warrants a review. Better to use this review now than instead of wasting on you reviewing wides and no balls.
That is true. Now, when a batter reverse sweeps, obviously, it's off the gone. It's off the glove, mate. It's off the glove in your face, Nitish Rana. Sorry, this is an RCB fan, not the cricket.com anchor. I'm going to be channelizing 2 alter egos. One, the CDC.
I mean, you don't even need any other snickometer. Kuch bhi nahi chahiye, bhai.
I mean, I can't believe he's not walked.
I think his reaction suggested that he's nicked it.
But why don't you walk? I mean, is he channelizing his inner Shahid Afridi?
Or inner Stuart Broad?
Or inner Stuart Broad? I mean, shocking that. And will that be part of the fantasy? I'm saying fair play award?
Yeah, of course.
All these kind of things.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's not just sledging umpires and stuff. So anyway, there's some fist pumps coming in from the RCB.
Let's get more energy here, given RCB on top. And this is plum version of caught behind.
Glove first, we can see that. And look, at the end of the day, they're going to. Are they going to take a strategic time out as well?
Don't think so.
Okay, maybe not. Right.
See you, lads.
Somesh is going to take a break, and let's get some RCB energy, lad, in Akshay Kumaraswamy joining me right now. Akshay, how are we? Looking dapper, my friend, in the brand new A23 brand new, which is our parent company. Of course, he's allowed to wear that. We were both willing to wear the RCB jerseys, and I really want to check the legalities of it. So if anyone who's a lawyer of that sort watching this watch along, let us know in the comments. Let me get to Akshay's thoughts right now. Loving it. 3 down. David Willey channelizing his inner Wasim Akram. I mean, you can't ask for more.
We really can't, man. To be honest, I wasn't really expecting a lot from Willey. I had a lot of hopes on Siraj, but Siraj sort of, channelized this inner 22 wala Siraj, and that was very sort of sad to see. But Willey...
And it's quite shocking, right? You look at the conditions on offer, you're thinking it's literally made for Siraj, but in comes a David Willey for the injured Reece Topley. Much slower than Reece Topley, dibbly-dobbly, pedestrian, call him what you want, and he just got a couple to nip back in. That Mandeep dismissal, I said it on air, was probably one of the tournaments. For sure, that turned as well. Take one from Nani Kaur for then Akshay, because he says KKR had a very good chance of opening with Roy and Gurbaz and Jagdishan and rebuilt the squad, but they've bottled it.
I mean, Roy is not, he's not yet come in, but I understand what he's trying to say. And Jagdishan, to be honest, in the T20 format, hasn't really done much. He was given a decent run. I mean, if not a decent run, at least he was given 6 games at CSK.
Yeah.
And he didn't really do anything much of note. In fact, he had a very, very, very mediocre strike rate. He struggles to, sort of, especially when the field is spread out, he really struggles to get those boundaries in. So yeah, I don't see if Jagdishan could really make that big a difference at KKR. And again, it doesn't really solve the pace problem that they suffer from. So
yeah, I mean, it's food for thought. But look, KKR have been one of those chopping and changing sides. They twist more than they stick. So good question from Nani Kofo. Keep your comments coming through. Remember, Remnola Gurbaz has probably been the shining light, like I said. Both of you should wear RCB jersey and RCB matches. I'm checking the legalities of it. The jersey that I wanted to wear today, Nandlal, was, I was just telling Akshay off camera, the peak 2009 RCB jersey.
The OG.
The OG. Yeah. I say peak because, look, that was our best shot of winning the title.
Yep. And just going back to what you were talking about, Willie, you could see the difference between, accuracy and how big a difference that makes. Willie
Yeah.
was accurate, was at the stumps, was attacking the stumps all the time, while Siraj and Akashdeep were really wayward.
Yeah.
And yeah, you could see how, and Siraj especially was short and wide consistently. We were lucky that we actually didn't go for more. So Gurbaz has had a sort of painful inning so far. Let's see if he can come good for them right now.
Yeah, man. I mean, if Gurbaz gets out, I mean, then there's pretty much only what Russell, Shardul Thakur, Narayan. I know there's like whatever, like firepower, but nothing really threatening. I like how Bracewell's turning it. I don't know whether that's an indication of a bitch or just how he can tweak a cricket ball, but maybe it's a combination of both. And you know what? I'm getting really good vibes from Michael Bracewell, bro. I'm thinking to myself, like, even when Hasaranga comes back in, which is, mind you, on the 10th,
Yeah.
but I don't think he'll play that game because he lands only in the 9th morning, whether he'll be match ready.
Got it.
I'm really like fearful. But like, if when Hasaranga comes back in, is it a state throw?
It has to be because I understand. I mean, it would be sort of difficult in some sense, especially if Bracewell, manages to turn up with the bat as well in one of these next two games, assuming he doesn't, Hasranga doesn't play the Lucknow game.
Yeah.
It would make it difficult because Hasranga hasn't done, that much with the bat, at least in the IPL. So, but again, what he does with the ball, his tweaks, I mean, his leg spinners, his googlies, it's very hard to replicate.
Yeah.
As good as Karan was in the last game.
Is there a case where we can play both Hasaranga and Bracewell?
When Willie goes out, we need that. I mean, new ball. Siraj was really good in the last game, but again, this game he was very wayward. So
No, basically a combination of Indian quicks plus overseas spinners and Faf and Maxi.
I mean, so who would you go for? So there is Rajan Kumar, who I really like,
Yeah.
and I hope he.
Avinash Singh.
Avinash Singh is still raw, man. As much as I would love to see him, in fact, this was his best.
Oh, God, surely.
Come on!
Yes!
boy!
Get in! Get in there!
Nice, man.
It is the local boy in his first ball.
I hope there's no bat or glove involved.
Because
he's saying it's glove. Oh man, but that
he's
would have
seeing
been
his
epic.
glove.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be two shocking calls from the umpires. First, it was Virendra Sharma. Now it's his partner in crime, dare I say. 51 for 4 should be staying like that unless Gurbaz is spot on with his review. Shabazz in his first ball, I mean, that would be a delight in his home ground. He's got a lot of wickets for Bengal in this ground. Will it be another one in RCB colours?
Oh no, that's
Oh
straight off
my
the
God,
glove.
there's some shocking umpiring out there. I mean, sometimes I think my eyesight is bad, but look, these umpires really need to go to the eye doctor and soon because that's right off the glove.
Maybe the umpires and RCB fans. So
And I think this man's a rookie. This umpire's a rookie. I've never seen him in the IPL before, to be fair.
yeah, we'll have to cut them some slack because it's not as easy as it sounds. And
That is true.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, like, I'm just trying to jump the gun here with Nandlal's question, Akshay. He says, as an RCB fan, can't take Narayan as a batter lightly. I'm just scared right now, even though we're on top of them like a rash.
Yeah.
If we get them out for, like, say, 128, 130, it's those totals which kind of scare me.
I mean, the trauma is real, huh?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, sometimes we'll be nervy, Kohli
Yeah.
will be circumspect, he'll get a good one, then we're 2 down all of a sudden, and then Narayan comes into play.
That's where I feel I don't think they'll be circumspect
Hmm.
because if you remember, even at the post-match interview of Kohli after the first game, he was talking about the net run rate then.
Yeah.
So that clearly shows that this think tank is really proactive. So I don't think even if it's a low target that they would be circumspect. They would want to get those runs as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
And Narayan, the batter, again, because of what he's done to RCB before, I can understand the trauma. But I really feel that teams have now found out what his weaknesses are.
Yeah.
Anything that has to do with pace and hurdlings, and he struggles. So I don't think Narayan, the batter, could make that big an impact. But of course, I can be wrong here because again, this is a batter-friendly surface,
Yeah.
and on top of that, the dimensions are ridiculously small. So yeah, anyone can come good in such conditions.
Correct. I mean, it's weird that an Afghan batter is having to drop anchor for Kolkata Knight Riders. It just tells you their sorry state of affairs right now. KKR with Shreyas and without Shreyas play same, saying Chindi
That's
Chor,
a bit
aka
hard.
Chappal Chor. He's changed his name, the cheeky lad. Talking about cheeky, that was a cheeky stroke. Good sweep shot employed by Gurbaz. So 57 for 3, 7.5. Let us know in the predictions, or rather in the comments below, your predictions. And even me and Akshay will think of a prediction slightly earlier. Match umpire sponsored by lol. Greg having an absolute laugh. That was actually a good shot. I mean, it was outside off stump, but he still managed to get 4 on the leg side. I want to see who and when RCB bring on next. I mean, in terms of the spin options, because they have Bracewell, Shabazz.
Yeah.
Will they even use Maxi?
I don't see Maxi being required right now.
Yeah.
Bracewell for sure. And also Maxi, I don't know if he's ready to bowl right now. Last game he got in over, he was carted around for like 16, 17
Correct.
runs. So yeah, I mean, we can see if required, if the ball's really turning, and KKR do have a couple. Oh no, they just have Narain in terms of left-hand batting. So yeah, I don't think Maxi would be required. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want Maxi to bowl as much as possible, because when we have Bracewell, let him do the bowling.
Yeah, correct.
KKR ke saath khele Hobe.
Khela Hobe.
Which is what?
If I'm not wrong, it wasn't that one of the political slogans? Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, so
look, I only know Korbo Lorbo Jeetbo, and there's no Jeetbo in a while.
I mean, we could ask our producer.
Yeah, we can ask our
it means.
producer what it means. He's been
Khela
going.
Hobe, let's play. Is that what it's supposed to mean? Yeah, let's play. Yeah.
Let's play.
All right.
I think KKR also have that other one, which is like Tufan Nahi, Tufan Hai.
Tufan hai. Yeah. They have KKR hai. Yeah. They have a bunch of slogans.
Absolutely shocking.
And by the way, going back to the fast bowler conundrum that you were talking about, that RCB could face, Rajan Kumar is someone I would really like to see.
Oh, 1 second.
That's a 6.
That's a 6.
Yeah, these dude, the dimensions are ridiculously small.
These grounds are ridiculous. Looks like a tricky pitch, but if Dew sets in, it should be an easy chase for RCB. Hopefully.
I don't think it's as tricky as the KKR batters have, made it look. Of course, the new ball will move around, especially in the first innings. But yeah, Iyer, it's almost like someone's nailed his feet down in the crease. Even the ball that he got out to, of course, the ball cut back and sharply.
Yeah.
So credit to Willie for that. But I mean, this is me as an armchair critic talking about him. But they have to look beyond Iyer right now. It's going to be hard.
Because similar to the case at Delhi, right, where you can keep saying, oh yeah, if Rishabh Pant is there, you can say the same thing about KKR. If Shreyas Iyer is there, Yeah. I mean, they have to find a solution, and who are going to answer those questions? I mean, only time will tell for KKR, but right now, they've got, 9 of this over, so decent yielding so far from KKR. Narayan, the batter, isn't the same since teams realized not to bowl spin to him and just pepper him with short of length or short balls.
Yep, completely agree with that. And that's why, KKR has also chosen not to play him at the top.
And they showed a statistic where I just spoke about it with Som, the fact that,
catch it, please, catch it.
Oh, he's found that in the gap, Gurbaz. So he's taking Bracewell on. Yeah, just going back to that point, I think we mentioned it just before, Pranamalan, the fact that Narayan is one of those batters in the KKR camp, like all of them as well, who are susceptible to the short ball. So that could be a ploy, but the only raw pace that we have today is Siraj. So,
Akashdeep is also good enough. I don't think you need like high pace.
Okay.
It's all about making sure that the short ball is targeted properly.
As long as it's an effective short ball.
Yeah, exactly. Because
Narayan,
we had...
sometimes the thing is Narayan just likes to stand back and then just like...
He sort of rocks back and then just goes for it. But yeah, we've had Umesh Yadav, bouncing him out at like mid 130s. So yeah, I don't think it's pace that's the requisite. It's a proper, well targeted short ball.
Correct.
That would get him out. That's sort of his undoing.
So right now it's a timeout, so it makes for a good chat in terms of what I was asking Som earlier, and I'll ask Akshay the same. We were talking about our favorite KKR RCB memories. I said mine was Gale's 100. In Eden Gardens.
In Eden Gardens? Oh yeah, of course. The
first one.
Yeah.
There are a couple of others that I can think. Vikram Aditya, who was in the comments.
I mean, in favor of RCB or?
Favor RCB or generally?
Definitely, I would go a season behind in 2010. This was a game at Chinnaswamy, and I'll never forget the game. So Rahul Dravid won us the game. He chased it down. There's the shot that he plays of Ajit Agarkar, if I'm not wrong. It's a slice over point. It goes all the way for 6. That shot is just etched in my memory. We won that game comfortably.
Point. I want to see this now.
Point. I don't think we can, of course, play it here.
Yeah, for sure.
Amazing shot. I'll never forget that. And this was when, the KKR had Mendes. KKR even had Gale, in fact. And we were playing our current spin bowling coach, Sridhar and Sriram. He was opening that day. So
in
that's
2010.
2010. That's the only game he played for RCB.
Oh my
So
god.
that's probably the earliest fond memory, so to say. 2009 Ross Taylor's innings, 81 of 38.
Yeah, I think one of the comments
Yeah.
mentioned that 82 of just 33
and
balls.
Aparna's 4-4. That's also against KKR 2009.
Yeah, there's some good memories. Obviously, KKR fans have so many memories. Andre Russell take years down comes to mind.
Chris Lynn's catch. Oh, man.
Chris Lynn's catch. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. The 2014 game in Sharjah, was it?
Yeah, that was Sharjah.
Vinay Kumar to AB, and the rest
Morgan.
is history. Yeah, I mean, shocking. But yeah, keep your comments coming through in terms of KKR versus RCB and any chat that you want to have about the IPL. So far, there's been some strange games. I think yesterday, it's fair to say that was probably the closest game that we've seen in this year's competition, which was what, Rajasthan Punjab. It was nearly 200 play 200. Unfortunate that Rajasthan didn't get the points, but look, from an RCB perspective, if they win tonight, they'll join Punjab at the top of the pops. Maybe even if they nick a one-run win, right, they'll still manage to, I think, supersede them on net run rate because their first win against Mumbai was pretty sound. I'm just hoping that there's no hiccups.
Yeah.
Because me and Akshay, before this game started, said that it's 2 points on offer. It's about whether RCB go to take it, because then they have a slew of home games. They play LSG on the 10th.
Yeah.
I think they have
Punjab. Yeah, they have Delhi, then Punjab.
No, so it's LSG on the 10th, Delhi on the 15th,
15th,
CSK on the 17th, and then Punjab on the 20th.
Yeah, and 23rd is Rajasthan. That's also at home.
At home.
Yeah, 25th Sunrisers. So
correct. So it's all home games, and then it's like a mad away kind of thing.
Yep.
My worst is Russell slashing Siraj and Saudi. 12 balls 48. For sure.
But talking of fond memories, I mean, 2015, we won both the games. One was a rain-affected game. Mandeep Singh, in fact, won us that game. I don't know if you remember. It was like a 12-over game or something.
Yeah.
And Mandeep Singh sort of batted KKR out of the
that was one of my initial memories that I mentioned as well. The fact that he got us over the line, it was like 108, 109.
Exactly, yeah. It
was quite brilliant.
And of course, the games begin.
Yeah, the big games begin. We'll come back and we'll continue with all those great memories. Keep the comments coming through. Karan Sharma, remember, keeps his place and he's bowling right now. We'll just take that question right now. But Karan Sharma, it just reminds me that, swept away for 6. Gurbaz is playing an absolute brilliant innings right now. He's playing in a different deck, it seems like that. 77 for 3, 9.2, and that brings up his first 50 in the IPL. Well done to the Afghan lad. And just about the Karan Sharma point, right? Not just that he's a serial winner in the IPL, but we have a brand new feature on the cricket.com app in terms of stories. And that's where we post all the press conferences, essentially, after each game. So check that out. We posted Karan Sharma's press conference as well on the app. It's only exclusive to the app. It's not available on YouTube. So download the cricket.com app right now. We'll take that Chindi Chor, aka Chapal Chor comment. Whenever RCB plays, there is a glow on Avnish's face, and must say this glow would not have been there when he meets his girlfriend. I think it's equal, to be fair. I mean, I don't want to really put her down.
You hope it's equal.
I think it's equal. I think she can probably let me know in the comments below if she's watching this. But yeah, I think it's equal. I mean, the 3 teams who I support and I will always support for the rest of my life. That's RCB, no matter what. Even if they don't win an IPL for the next 60 years, I'll still be supporting them because I'm just Bangalore through and through. There is United, of course. The fact that I'm a huge Man United fan, never going to stop supporting them. And I would also say my football international team, Portugal. I don't know. I've just liked them since 2004. There's no Ronaldo thing here, but look, Shaurak's looking back, who's a huge Messi fan, the producer that he is. But yeah, all you 22 lovely people watching, do give this video a like, please, for the energy that we're going to showcase. The next RCB wicket's going to be rolling. Let us know in the comments what you want us to do if RCB get a wicket. We will do it because we're that excited. It's adrenaline, it's match day fever, call it what you want. 79 for 3, 9.5. Does this flatter Kolkata in terms of the scorecard right now? Because Gurbaz has pretty much done all the heavy work.
Sorry,
I was like, shit, is that a wicket there? And it was like my echo.
Okay. I lost you there. Sorry. What were you saying?
Yeah, I was saying basically, we'll take that conference chance. Gurbaz playing better than current Indian national openers. I was saying that it'd been like a paper over cracks, this Gurbaz is not. Because essentially, if you take this away, I think Kolkata would have probably done the same thing that they did in Abu Dhabi, just capitulate. the
Correct.
101 sort
Yeah,
of thing.
yeah, yeah. I mean, Gurbaz has shown that it was all about just applying yourself. Just had you sort of gotten over the initial 3-4 overs, runs were here for the taking, man. Like it's a completely flat surface. In fact, even Danny Morrison sort of alluded to the fact that this is a 200 bare minimum surface.
Mm.
That's how good it is. So and then you've got your due as well. So if you account for that, you need at least 210, 220 to sort of have some cushion.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean it's not the surface as much as it has been KKR's batter sort of struggling to sort of play the new ball. Yeah.
Okay, Harshal Patel's into the attack. Another change of bowling for RCB, and let's see if he, of course, completes his 4 overs. You think he will, because essentially this is his entry point in every T20. Comes in now, and he's a wily customer. Just starting off with a slow off cutter right now. Let's get in a new face in terms of the Watchalong. I say new. He's of course been there for the longest time. I'm talking about our fellow colleague in Gurkirat Taji. Gurkirat, oh, he's sticking with that pink turban since yesterday. Gurkirat, good to see you, my friend. RCB on top, and we're happy. The question is, are you happy?
Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, I, I think that if Bangalore start well, see, the key to Bangalore making the playoffs has mostly been that they've started well, and
Yeah.
I'd mentioned this in the previews as well, that if Bangalore can be 3 wins and 1 loss after the first 4 games, then they have a good chance to qualify. So they should back themselves, even if KKR end up scoring 180. Uh, Bangalore should back themselves, because with the due small grounds and the conditions, uh, Bangalore's batting should really be able to chase down even 180, because there's not enough grip for the ball to stop and create issues for the Bangalore batters.
Are you
And
backing Bangalore?
yeah, I'm backing Bangalore. So far, so good.
Are you
They just
backing
have
Bangalore because obviously it's a relegation battle between Kolkata and Delhi at the moment? So is that why?
no. I mean, Delhi, if they don't make the playoffs, would be because of their own fault.
Oh, that's a
They've
good
made
Oh,
the
brilliantly fielded. Brilliantly
they,
fielded.
they've made the same mistakes over and over again, so they deserve to be punished for it. Similar is the case with Kolkata. I mean, it's been 4 seasons since Kolkata have had a death bowler, or a batter who can play high end pace bowling. So if they lose out because of that, then they deserve to. The
Okay.
only thing that I'm backing Bangalore, and I like Bangalore to do well, is I want Virat to do well, and now that they've started off well, they have the advantage of winning the toss as well. They should really ensure anything and everything to take the 2 points today.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, it's 2 points up for grabs here, especially from an RCB perspective. I hope they'll be sitting pretty on top of the table. A shot every time RCB hit a boundary next time. Honestly, I wanted to, drink and do this, but sometimes it's better just being sober in these watch-alongs more than anything else. Remember, Gurkirat yesterday was having an absolute time of his life with the bhangra and the butter chicken, and there was no the third B. The booze wasn't there because he's a teetotaler, this man. Nani Code 4 going on to say Gio Cinema has Chris Gale, ABD, Morgan, Kumble, all played for RCB. Absolutely. I mean, good old RCB faces that. By the way, with the background, can we change it to red and purple? If we can ask our beloved Sidra and whoever's at the back end to change this ghastly pink. I think it's from the Rajasthan Hangover background, this background. I mean, I've never said background so many times. I'll say it again.
man.
Background. Oh, God. Shocking ball to end the over.
Yeah,
But
I wouldn't really mind Gurbaz Rinku having a good knock today, even though he's not in my fantasy 11. But yeah,
I don't
when
mind Rinku having a good knock every game, just not tonight. Just not tonight. Every game, let him score 50s for fun, bro. I don't care, honestly.
Rinku is sort of the perennial nice guy. Like everyone wants him to do well. Everyone's seen so much of him.
And he was by far their find of the season last year. By far.
I mean,
But Tanmay Agarwal said Siraj thrown himself for that shot. Yeah, I mean, you got to see the commitment as well. This team, of course, is always going to get Virat vibes in terms of the field. You're not going to see any.
I mean,
And Faf.
yeah.
I mean, they're both lightning.
And I must say, like, It might be the RCB bias kicking in, but then their fielding in the previous game was top notch.
Yeah, it was
They were
top
just
notch.
throwing themselves left, right, and center. So that was great to see. Even today, the effort, they haven't been short on effort. Of course, a couple of misfields have happened, but yeah,
We're like almost 1.5 games into RCB season, and the only blemish, honestly, is Topley's injury. And I'm not even like, being an absolute biased, ardent RCB fan saying that. I'm just saying that because what I've seen so far,
Yeah.
there's no real weakness. Karan Sharma continues. So, I mean, RCB really having options, and that's a good thing, right? The leg
Yeah.
spinner, they have Harshal, they have Akashdeep, they need to go back to him. Siraj still has 2 overs. Billy still has 1 over. So, this is what I like. I mean,
Bracewell, yeah.
how often, I mean, in the past would we say that about RCB? Because normally 5-6 bowlers max, but
Why are they showing this?
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Kukirat, your thoughts on Shubh Agarwal's comments? And Shubh,
Catch it, catch it!
go on,
Yes!
get in,
Yes!
get in.
Yes!
That's the wicket. You
Nice.
do not do that. You can't do that. And they've got their 4 wickets. RCB, I'm happy now. And it is, of course, good buzz.
The Angel is good, Raj. Gurkarat might be wondering what have I gotten myself
Yeah,
into right now.
what has he gotten himself into? I mean, it's an RCB party this more than the Watchalong.
No, I
And
don't mind that. I just want to take that
was it
question.
not needed, Gurkirat? It was not even on the cards.
Probably he could have just if this was on the stumps or probably the fourth stump, he could have gotten more bat on it. The fact I think this was pitched on the fourth stump and then it went away. He did not get it from the middle of the bat, and that's why it didn't really travel fast and travel long. So
Sorry, I'm
probably
chuckling away because I was looking at Virat Kohli's celebration. Absolute animation. They pumped. He was going on repeatedly saying, I don't know, Chennai's number 3, Ben Stokes' name over and over again for some reason. But you can
you
see
know
why. Like,
if I'm there in the Kolkata think tank, I'd actually sent Sunil Narayan right now.
Yeah,
yeah, I agree with you.
because that would have actually made sense, but we've already seen J. Russ walk out.
Really?
Yeah, he's already walked out. And we also got a glimpse of SRK.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. SRK is not happy right now. I think essentially it's either one of the other 2 kings which will prevail, King Khan or King Kohli. Which one? Only time will tell.
The
And
SRK
again, devious phone calls plague the CEC Watchalong. Gurkirat saying, bijwa do sab ke sab. Oh, so Ray Russ has come out to bat without a helmet. And
Catch
straight
it,
away,
please,
catch that. Go on! Go on! Do it,
Come
RCB!
on, man.
Get in there! Get in there!
Yes.
And that is the wicket, and Virat knows it. Virat knows it. What have they done? This is absolute suicidal cricket from Kolkata Knight Riders, and it makes all the more this watch along even more entertaining, I should say. I'm honestly, I need to just check.
Yeah, see, there was a reason why I said that I would have Sunil Narayan walk out instead of Andre Russell.
I mean, Narayan would have actually probably cleared the fence
True.
with a similar hit, but
Because the other reason is the other spinner was Shabazz, and
Yeah.
maybe it would have allowed Bracewell and Maxwell to come in and bowl together, but you would expect the likes of Narayan and Rinku to still be able to manage against a Bracewell, but with Russell coming in and straight away taking on someone like Karan Sharma, this wasn't really needed. And I made a point even in the last game that what differentiates a Russell from a Pollard is the game awareness. Last game, everyone knew that the plan was to get Russell out on the short ball. Everyone knew, and Russell fell to a short ball. Today, wicket has just fallen. It's the fourth. It's the
It's a 4th. What happened?
no.
Oh,
Not a bad
hat-trick
hat-trick
ball.
ball.
It was a
That's
chance
a
for
four.
2 RCB people to have high hat-tricks today, players.
Oh,
Or 4.
no worries.
4.
And again they have sent in Shardul, who also doesn't play spin as well as what Narayan does.
I mean, the only sort of justification or logic to it is the fact that they're looking at a left-hand, right-hand combination. But again, when you're 5 down, there's not much that you can really do in terms of that. So yeah.
Correct. Fair enough. I mean, sorry, just. Oh, even she knows it. Even she knows it. It was a little bit of
I see
abuse over there.
I think.
I think she's one of Shah Rukh Khan's daughter's friends. And I mean,
No,
she's
dude. I
really
mean,
upset.
why would I know
Oh,
his daughter's friends?
then
She's sad. Oh, she's that dude. She's the one in that ridiculous. She's in that show, The Fabulous Lives of. She's
okay.
the actress, the sort of would-be actress Shania Kapoor. Yeah,
Oh,
just
okay, cool. I mean, I have no idea who
yeah.
those pretty faces are. But look, RCB ecstatic in that over, brilliant over from Karan Sharma, and he's got two crucial wickets. First Rinku, and then Russell. KKR an absolute crisis right now. 94 for 5, 12 overs gone.
Correction. First, good buzz.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry. Good buzz. Not Rinku. Beg your pardon. Rinku's still there, and who's joined him?
It's Shardul.
It's
Shardul.
Shardul. So
Shardul.
they still have Narayan. I mean, this game, I just hope RCB wins it, obviously, but also gets over quickly. Because every day I'm just going home at like 1:30 in the morning. I'm just like, what am I doing with myself? I have better things to do in life. Gurkirat, how's so far your IPL been, mate? Because none of the games have caught fire. And essentially, what I wanted to ask you as well, if you look back at this IPL so far, what's your standout memory?
Uh, I mean, I'd say Prabsimran and this guy, Prabsimran and Ruturaj doing well is good to see. Apart from that, not really much. See, this IPL is also going to be a little painful one because of how Delhi season is going to go.
But
The
like
only
you just said, they deserve that punishment.
the only upside of that would be if there's a change in the coaching staff.
Uh,
So
how do
that's.
you hope that people get sacked, yeah? Papa Ponting kya kiya, bhai? Of
अरे मेरा पापा थोड़ी ना है.
course.
I can't I can't see the team that I support make the same mistakes over and over again. And it's a pattern. You can pick
But
any season.
what are the chances that Delhi will get rid of Ricky Ponting, bro? He won't. They
Next
won't.
time.
No chance.
But
I don't know. I don't know what the chances are. I don't know what the chances are. I don't know. If removing him will ensure better results or will ensure poorer results, because both are a possibility. But yeah, if I was there in Delhi's ownership, I would have tried very hard to get someone like Andy Flower from Lucknow, because it's clear that Andy Flower doesn't really have a lot of say in that franchise. Because you look at other teams that are run by Andy Flower, you look at Multan in PSL, uh, the whole makeup is very different. So I'd rather try and
Oh,
get.
let's wait 1 second. There could be another wicket, please. No. He's taking the L route. He gets 4.
So I'd rather have someone like Andy Flower from Lucknow and make him the coach. But I'm not so sure if it will happen or not happen. Very difficult to say that.
But I mean, I remember actually talking about this with Gurkirat when we met. Of course, Andy Flower could be an ideal option provided they get to poach him. But outside the IPL circuit, there aren't really too many good coaches that aren't already a part of any other team.
Correct.
So who would you go to? Like, if not Ponting, then who?
I mean, who are the ones available, essentially? That's what he's asking.
There's-
I can think at the top of my head,
Good ones, that is. Like, who probably someone like I don't know. Like,
Mickey Arthur. Would you take a Mickey Arthur?
Not really, not sure. I don't think so. Is
mean,
is Mickey Arthur working with the T20 franchise right now? I don't
He's
know.
working for Derbyshire, and
Yeah.
I think he's consulting with the PCB
Also,
again.
also another thing which is very important is that you have you have a coach who's also working in at least one of the other T20 leagues, because then you know what is happening outside the IPL and outside the international circuit.
Correct.
Because otherwise, what you see it the tendency, if you are not if you're not see if I am from India and I'm not coaching in any other side or any other T20 league, I'm going to watch players in the IPL, and I'm going to watch India international games or probably a few international games. So the talent pool from where I'm going to recruit players becomes restrictive, and that happens with a few franchises for sure, especially those who don't have coaches or their support staff from other teams. But then you look at someone like Kolkata, and you see that they pretty much have the same support staff even in the Caribbean Premier League, but they hardly make good recruits from West Indies either. I mean, someone like Myers not making it to the or a Romario Shepherd or anyone. Not, I mean, they bought Pat Cummings for 15 cr. They bought
Yeah.
Pat Cummings for 15 cr. Bought him and Saudi again at the mega auctions of last year, when they could have really looked at some talent from the Caribbean who they should have ideally been looking for, because they already have a team there, but you rarely see that happen. So it all comes down to I suppose having at least three people, or maybe two people who are following cricket all over the world and understand that how the game is evolving, how the strategies are changing. I mean, sometimes having a talent pool is secondary. Having a strategy is probably more important. You can have it doesn't really make sense to have 7 or 8 openers. You can watch all the cricket in the world that is there, but if you're going to recruit 7, 8 players to bat in the top three and no one to bat in, at 5, 6, 7, there's essentially no point of watching whatever cricket you're watching.
Correct, and it's a knee-jerk reaction. Dude. We showed the guys earlier watching this watch along the fact that it was a game of musical chairs of that opening slot.
Oh yeah,
So
they had more than 7 of them.
correct, and maybe just because of that sort of season plague from the past. I don't know. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, just to add to what Gurkir had said, I would actually give a shout out to Jacques Carles. He also coached the Pretoria Capitals, which is again the same management at SC20, and they did really well. They reached the finals, and they had a good squad. And of course, I don't really know how is he in terms of strategy, data, and tactics and all of that. But he seems a decent shout. Oh man, that's a no ball. Come on. Dude, this is your second no ball in 2 overs.
You
Like,
can't bowl
yeah.
that, Akash. Cricket saying match of my life being a KKR and Spurs fan. Jesus, that's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Kolkata and Kane, basically. Harry Kane. By the way, we'll take the previous comments as well. I think Pratik going on to say reason number 888 why Pollard is a way better finisher than Andre Russell. I think the other comments, Sharak, just keep firing those comments for the next 888. Reason number 888.
Reference to something.
I don't know. Maybe he was just exaggerating in terms of numbers
Yeah.
and being sarcastic. There are other comments as well, which I just read. Free hit, by the way. Shardul will strike and he gets six.
Short.
That's a shot.
See, Shardul definitely has far more potential to become a batting all-rounder in 2020s rather than being a bowling all-rounder.
Do
Because,
you miss him for Delhi?
sorry,
Do you miss him?
no, I mean Delhi tried to have uh, Delhi tried to have him, Akshar, and Lalit Yadav at 6, 7, 8 in the hope that that batting depth will help them win games. But just having 8 or 9 batting options doesn't really help if you don't know how to use that batting quality. I've said it
Correct.
last year as well that the best way to try and get value out of Shardul the batter is to maybe send him to pinch hit in the power play, or send him send him early on. He's not going to win you games when the equation is 15 needed in 4 overs, 15 needed in 5 overs, because your best batters are not able to sometimes do that at that point of time, and at that time he only has to slog, and if he's only going to slog, even his options become limited. So I'm not sure I miss him at Delhi, because Delhi were also using him wrongly. They were bowling him in the power play. He's not a power play bowler. He was rarely completing his quota of overs. His economy rate was over 9, if I'm not wrong. So I don't really miss him at Delhi, but I do hope for his sake that he becomes more of a batting all rounder. I had joked about it that KKR have let go of Pat Cummings, but then they have recruited the Indian Cummings, because Shardul also is not struggles at the death, doesn't really bowl in the power play, and when he does, he goes for runs. You can only bowl him in the middle overs, and his batting against pace is good. Shardul against pace is a very good prospect in limited overs. He's 21 of 8 because he's gotten to feast on some ordinary pace bowling, and he's a very very good player when it comes to playing junk pace bowling. If you're not smart as a pacer, he has a lot of shots to, and a lot of you he plays those shots which you don't even expect from proper batters.
There could be a wicket alert here. No. Virat will probably just usher it back in, and there'll be 2 for KKR. By the way, 118 for 5.
No, but regardless, the next three balls should be a wicket alert if Shardul is on strike.
Okay, interesting. I hope, and I agree with Gurkirat on the batting front. In fact, which is why I also felt that KKR had every right to feel hardened by in their previous game versus Punjab.
True.
46 of 4 with Shardul and Narain and Tim Saudi and Umesh Yadav to come. That wasn't that big an ask.
Correct.
And yeah, so I completely agree with him on Shardul's batting abilities.
True.
Yep.
Let's just take that one from SV then, because he says Topley ruled out Bangalore,
Yeah.
confirms who can replace it. Overseas pace bowler and left arm. Who are the names?
I already have a big soft. I mean, that doesn't make sense.
Big
I have
soft.
I have a soft corner for Dilshan Madhushankar. I really like what I've seen of him.
Okay.
And apparently Mumbai were sort of looking at him, but they've already announced that they've signed Riley Meredith as Jai's replacement. I don't think you've heard.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
By the way, that Riley Meredith case is very funny. Mumbai bought him for 1 CR last season. I think he only played 1 or 2 games and they weren't really impressed with him. They
He's
released
a
him.
backup option.
He was there in their squad last time and they bought him in the auction, and now they've signed him as a replacement for 1.5 crores, which is 50 lakhs more than what they did last time.
That's bad. So, Gurkirat, who can RCB replace Topley with it? Are there any names that you can suggest in international cricket right now?
Is
Oh,
it short?
what a shot that
Oh,
is.
man.
I mean, are you sure that Shardul Thakur can't win games 46 to 4? Because this is a joke.
He would have. He had a good chance. I'm not saying he would have, but yeah.
No,
That's it.
you see when you talk of someone winning games, you say that the probability is at least 50% with that player. Shardul's probability in that situation is probably what I think 20%, because sometimes despite, I'm not kidding, but Shardul's pace hitting abilities is better than some of the top order batters that India have, or some specialist batters. He can play he can play a cut front of square against pace while being on the front foot. That's crazy. And he did that. He doesn't do it in India. He did that in Johannesburg. He did it
Yeah.
in Johannesburg in a test match. And you might say, oh, it's a fluke. But then he was cutting even Mitchell Stark in front of square in Gabba. So he definitely has batting ability when it comes to playing pace bowling. There are no questions about it. It is only when it comes to playing spin that his batting. Oh, sure. It's only when he's playing spin that his batting abilities can sometimes go for a toss.
Yeah.
Now I'm not sure if just getting a left arm pacer is something that that they should look at. If Adam Milne is fit and he comes in the same bracket of players, maybe they can sign Adam Milne, because they do need one bowler who can be express. Topley wasn't express, neither is Willie, and yeah, you need one express pacer from somewhere who can hit the deck when required. So I wouldn't really mind if they go for someone like Adam Milne.
Correct. And remember, Hazelwood's also coming back on the
Yeah.
14th. So
So
that'll be interesting.
a lot, or maybe there's a possibility to get Gerard Coetzee as well.
Cat sack. Oh no, one bounce. One bounce.
And
Gerard Coetzee-
because Crickwiz was working with Pretoria in the SA20 and Crickwiz is working with Bangalore, good chance that if they if they actually need a left arm pacer, they could go for someone like Wayne Parnell also. Though I wouldn't really want that. I think Wayne Parnell is.
Oh, he's got 6 balls.
Wow, man,
Bro, the
that's some
Shardul
shot.
innings is kind of really changing the complexion of this game, by the way.
He's not even got into the pitch of the ball, and he still managed
He
to
just went
get
through
away.
with it. Chindi Chor, aka Chapal Chor, going on to say SRK should invest in some of his Pathan's profit to hire a coach for Ray Russ and teach him batting. What a waste of a movie and a player. I mean,
Wow, man.
I don't know about both,
Shots
because
fired.
both, of course, probably liked by the masses, so to speak. Oh,
Yeah.
again, he's gone again. This is the Lord against RCB here. 41 to 14. He's really coming in and really taking the game to RCB. Akshay, what's happening?
Yeah, I mean, as expected, the pitch is flat.
One thing, I think, Gurkirat, we can get you off this watchalong, because the fun thing is you came into this watchalong when Shardul came in, and so far it's just been a change of luck for the men in red.
What is this?
the reaction.
What is this?
But man,
I mean, I hope that Papa Ponting clip is clipped.
Oh yeah, that's
Sorry, Mera Papa.
that's definitely viral stuff.
It's too good. Okay, Bracewell's got upset off stuff this time. And
He could have left it alone.
he
But,
could have 42 or 15.
I don't think this
I'm
was-
just looking at the number of overs left by which bowler.
everyone's got overs.
I think Willie's got one. Siraj
I
is
don't
probably
think-
two.
Siraj has got 2, Willie's got 1, Harshal has got
Three.
3.
Yeah, and Akashdeep's got 2, Bracewell's got 1.
So
I
there's
don't
options.
think. Yeah,
Yeah.
Harshal and
If
Siraj.
I am Faf, I'm not giving Akashdeep the ball.
Yeah,
Okay. If I am Faf, I'm not giving Akashdeep the ball. Uh,
For me, it's going to be Harshal and Siraj to bowl out. They've got
I
5
agree.
overs between them. That's it. Willie, I don't think sort of at 120s, mid 120s, Shardul will sort of eat him for breakfast, lunch. and
Yeah,
dinner.
yeah,
So,
for sure,
let's-
for sure.
let's-
But 1 second, let's get the predictions in, guys, because 15 overs up, 141 for 5. What do we reckon? Because I'm going in with 177.
Being really optimistic, 200 for sure.
200 for sure.
If Shardul ends up staying, I don't think Rinku's going to.
Yeah, I'm guessing that Shardul's now done. I think he'll probably get 15 out.
No, man, no, please don't.
David Willie, and it's the bowler that he just
I hope I'm proven
suggested.
wrong. I hope I'm proven
He's
wrong.
going to be eaten for breakfast and lunch, he says.
And this means Harshal won't be bowling out, which again I don't think is wise.
I mean, but Harshal's also been struggling, right?
But definitely a better bet than Willie. I don't think Willie has.
I think my prediction is 190.
190. I'll go for 177. You're going for
200.
200.
Yeah.
Okay. So
At
Gurrias
least.
basically thinks 50 runs from 5 overs from now, which is fair. But they
50
still
runs.
have-
50 runs from 5 overs is very, very achievable at this venue.
Agreed. And plus the fact that KKR have the best batting tail
Yeah.
in the IPL.
They have Saudi.
Saudi,
they
you
have
can bat. Umesh can bat.
Yeah.
Narayan's still there. What is the record for the fastest 50 for KKR? Because remember, Narayan's there.
Narayan, of course. I mean,
Cummins,
so
who can
yeah.
forget Cummins?
Short.
For
Short.
You bowl Willie, man. Like,
I mean, Shardul Thakur could be one of those KKR quick 50s that we've seen. Cummins done it before. Narayan did it before. Now Shardul Thakur, 16 ball 44. Sorry, 17 ball 46. That's ridiculous. Shardul is reminding me of Cummins' blitz knock against MI. That knock was just different gravy. Different gravy.
dude, he sort of toyed around with Bumrah. Like,
Yeah.
it's not easy. So,
No chance. And Faf has got mid-off up here himself. So the lines have to be spot on because look, like we said, the pace of Willie is not as much as Reece Topley. So hopefully some top edge or some brain
he was
fades.
exactly. The only way, I mean, I know that sounds like I'm really sort of going after Willie here, but I really feel the only way Willie's getting a wicket is if Shardul gifts it.
Yeah.
There's no line length that Willie could bowl at 125 that Shardul can't attack.
Correct.
Unless he gets his Yorker spot on, maybe that's another thing. It's this. I don't know, man. I really, I'm not. I mean,
In the last 2 overs, there have been 7 boundaries. I was just trying to do the math. That's quite ridiculous to let the run
Catch!
flow there.
Oh man!
Please
he
catch
just-
this for the love of God.
No,
No,
it's
it's no man's land.
lucky
And
again.
Kohli will get to it, and we'll just keep 1 there for KKR. So can also be replaced with Sean Abbott or with Sean Abbott. Haven't they had Sean Abbott before?
Yeah, 2015, right after the entire.
Right after the
Yeah.
entire thing. Shardul batting contribution this season can make him wicket contender for the number 8 position and the third pacer role for India, question mark, I'm guessing. Sahil Langdev. I think that's the obvious, right? Because essentially he will be picked in that squad, you feel, because look at the batters who can bowl, the bowlers who can bat. Shardul, Deepak Chehra, your only 2 pace
That's it,
options.
yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it's food for thought that. Right now, if they get 14 and over, it's 206. Shardul ruining Avnish's day, absolutely, Jagmeet. I mean, I didn't foresee this. I wanted an early finish. I wanted an RCB win. But look, sometimes if you want your favorite players to win the orange cap, you'll have to wait and see how Kohli goes about his innings. Because I think it's a matter of time that Virat's going to come back and, silence his critics, including Gurkirat, who's been giving him a little bit of a chirp on Twitter. Oh, what a ball this is. What a ball this is. Stunning. I dare Faf to review that.
But I'm happy with the way Faf's handled his bowlers when it comes to reviews, because Siraj was adamant that he gets a review, and yeah, like we've seen before, Siraj is not the greatest when
Correct.
it comes to understanding
Siraj,
yeah.
Broad, Jadeja, quite crazy. Last ball of this video, finish it well, please, for the love of God. And he does.
I mean, not lucked out. He actually has been smart.
Yeah.
In that he made Rinku play 4 balls out of the 6. So yeah, that was a good thing. I mean, again, I know that I have been proven wrong here, but I still don't think Willie was the right choice with Harshal having 3 overs to go.
Yeah.
Maybe Willie was in good rhythm, so Fafs thought that. But
Fair. Shardul justifying his 10 crore with the bat, bits and pieces, pace all round, a perfect T20 is quite ridiculous. I'll tell you what, we'll just take this moment to showcase the fan cam, the first episode of the CDC fan cam, which happened the other night, of course, outside the Chinnaswamy. If Shora can play that clip, and we'll just be back with much more. Watch this as I interact with a bunch of RCB fans who will be doing it again in the home fixture on the 10th. Stick around, and this is what you must have missed in the last match.
How much we enjoy that. I mean, it was a joke, honestly.
Of course.
Isala.
Mumbai!
Mumbai! Bye bye! Mumbai! Bye bye! The king is back, baby. He scored 82 off just 49 balls to get this absolute chaotic IPL up and underway from the Chinnaswamy right now. Avni Sheikh reporting for the CDC fan cam. Boy, there's so much to talk to you about the fans. And is it Isala Monday? How good is it to be back in the Chinnaswamy IPL summer-wise? Yeah, boy.
Of course, yes. I was not a fan of watching IPL in Chinnaswamy. But after this match, I do want to come back here. Especially for RCB. Who is this time, yeah?
How happy are you on a scale of 1 to 10?
100. 10.
I love the 100. Isala. Game is starting, but you goalie, Siraj, Ellaru.
Exactly.
That is the best part.
Part of our Bangalore they have played now.
Correct. So
And
now
they have played like Duplessis and we have played unbelievable 17 plus.
yeah, I mean they lost the world and understandably so quickly. Was this your first game? What an experience.
No, I think when I share the downs, when I share the downs, Ambani doesn't get enough playing down. I can understand. Mumbai doesn't get enough. Once the share goes up, MI will come back.
It's insane.
I have never seen a match like this. It's a very long time. Batu RCB is winning. And especially Virat Kohli and Faf. Locked to the floor. And I was rooting for Lucky to complete the reception.
She's honestly summed it up so well. She's running out of energy. This is Bangalore passion.
These are passionate people doing their passionate work. They are interviewing all the passionate fans here, and we should also congratulate them for their work. And please do subscribe to
Cricket.com.
cricket.com.
Right, so that was, of course, a lot of fun with the fans there. Just love doing outdoor segments like that. More to come, so subscribe and press the bell icon so you don't want to miss a single thing. Back to the action, 148 for 5, 16.1. Shardul Thakur, is he going to get his 50s? Full, gets 4, 50. Well done, Shardul Thakur. Absolutely brilliant. He's changed the complexion of the game, Gurkirat.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This is a pull towards mid wicket on the front foot to a bouncer bowled on probably the 6th stump. Not many. There are very few number 8s who can do that, and there are a lot of frontline batters also who struggle to do that.
Correct. And the fact that right now his little cameo, 20 ball 51, Akshay, it's just changed the game on its head because all of a sudden right now, I know this is a really tough ground to defend as well.
Catch!
that.
Oh man.
Oh, no, nothing. So 153 for 5. Our predictions, I think mine's in jeopardy because that's at 177. Sorry, take that comment if you can. I just missed it, and then we'll keep firing up all the comments as much as possible. It's you guys who make this CDC Watchalong special as much as it's us. We took this one from Jaykishan Sharma. So any other new ones, more than happy to answer it. Shardul Thakur, fastest 50. Yup, you bet you. 20 balls to get his fastest IPL 50. And look, it makes you think right now with who's there? Narayan and Umesh and Saudi and all these boys, how much can they squander? You said 200 plus, right?
Yeah.
Gurkirat said 190 and I said 177. I just hope, I don't know, there's just a flurry of wickets like we've seen earlier. It's just like last match where RCB let the opposition escape towards a decent total on the board. I agree.
I mean, I do agree. Numbers do say that, but we've also got to sort of understand that, Chinnaswamy and Eden Gardens are probably two of the, highest scoring venues in India. Maybe add Wankhede to that. So
That's true.
It's
there is no concept of death bowling at these two venues.
Exactly.
You can have the world's best bowlers, but even then you should just account for the fact that the last 5 overs will go for 50 runs,
Exactly.
regardless of what you do.
So
at these two.
I wouldn't really make much of it, which is why I was even telling Avnish Shafir.
Oh my God, these are boundaries being leaked and runs being bled by RCB, and this doesn't really bode well. But look, like I said, I'm picking the positives. I would love a high-scoring run chase. Any DC fans missing Shardul? I asked Gurkirat just that, Jaykishan. He just said no, he doesn't miss it.
Okay, I want to know one thing. Why is the office closed tomorrow? Why is it a long weekend?
Because it's a Good Friday. It's a Good Friday.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's a Good Friday. And you know the message, are you reading that mail which said long weekend ahead?
Catch,
for the love of God.
please.
Harshal Patel has done him. Again. It's a no man's land. Are you joking?
Oh, is
now?
that an
He's in.
Oh man, that was probably.
And Usha Uttap and Juhi Chawla absolutely thrilled. I mean, rightly so, because they're at the KKR camp. Dinesh Karthik can't believe it.
Shardul getting out now would have easily, reduced the score by at least 10 to 20 runs, if not more.
159 for 5. That's what I'm saying, right? Like, even if Bangalore can finish well at the back end, it'll just be brilliant. But look, I might be having egg on my face by the time that the end of the innings happens right now. I was receiving that mail from Office Gurkirat and it said long weekend ahead. I was like, you're joking, right? Oh, is he gone? No, he isn't. He isn't. By the way, who's the impact sub today? Who we going to see?
I think for KKR it would be Suyash Sharma, which Nitish Rana pretty much gave it away at the toss,
so who goes out for him?
One of the batters, Mandeep Singh, anyone can go out. Maybe even Iyer.
No, Venki Iyer they still might want to have as a bowler.
On the field, no? They sort of didn't bring him into the 11. They bowled and then
or they could take off Rinku.
But Rinku's an amazing fielder, so I don't think they would let go of that. Venki, I don't think will be doing any of the bowling.
Yeah.
And
Russell watching Shardul bat. Gurkirat, you read this out.
असली काम तो ये कर रहे हैं हम तो बस हैवी
हैं. Oh,
how's that?
No, I don't think so.
Siraj is a big Ronaldo fan and he's kicked the stumps. Well,
okay. For those who don't know, this is a dialogue from this movie called Special.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that Avnish has watched it.
Yeah, of course. Akshay Kumar and Anupam Kher, bro, what a movie that was. They all like pose as IT inspectors and stuff. Right?
Yeah.
And back to the impact player question. For RCB, I would personally, like to. I don't think the ball even hit the stumps.
Siraj is horrible. He should never be a footballer.
Why was this even sent upstairs? He could have just told that, it's my foot. Wow. Okay. Impact player, I would actually like to see Mahipal Lombor. For any of the bowlers, I mean, not Siraj, maybe.
Karan Sharma.
Akashdeep. Karan Sharma can bat. Akashdeep can't. So, Is that bad? No.
Gone. Oh no. That
It
is
looked
it.
like it hit something.
Correct.
Yeah, and I really rate Mahipal.
Wide.
I mean, you can give it. Like I know it sounds ridiculous, but no, it is a wide. But I really rate him as a.
Yeah,
As a
I hope Mahipal long roll comes in at 3.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Because we are going to be sort of bombarded with spinners, and Suyash Sharma is again someone I really want to watch more of. From what little I saw, which was basically his clippings and all of that, he's got a really interesting action, a very high arm action. That
short.
why is the mid off so?
Yeah, man, it's not even straight enough the mid off
Why
it.
is
It's
it so
four
square?
more. And Siraj is being clobbered by Shardul Thakur, which is shocking. Absolutely shocking. It really is. But yeah, let's take a look at another comment right now, by the looks of things, which, sorry, is a stat, beg your pardon. Mohammad Siraj in over 16 to 20 in IPL. Now, I can tell you exactly a lot of things. Gurkirat, what do you make from this data? Because right now, he's bowling in the death. And since 2022, those numbers are pretty alarming.
So, yeah, like I said, last year he was unlucky. This year, last game he had bowled 3 in the power play, so you really can't make much of that 1 over. But yeah, see, I think overall his Yorker accuracy and accuracy in general has gone up. We have seen that in ODIs as well. Just that sometimes I think he's just carried away by emotions, and he doesn't really do something which he should do. I mean, you have the mid off in the circle. Why are you even trying to bowl straight?
Yeah. And sometimes it just makes you think about how he can really get his death bowling game sorted, because I think even one of the boys was telling me his first 3 overs are pretty economical, but then the last over just bleeds runs, and that's a theme continuing into this tournament as well. We saw it in the first
I
game.
I have a question to Akshay. Okay,
Oh, that's an
Oh,
over. Six.
man, come on.
What is he doing, Mohammad Siraj? What is he doing?
Come on.
It's quite ridiculous.
Okay,
dude.
yeah,
has it been called a no ball for overstepping or height?
No, height.
Sorry, Gurkirat, you were saying something.
Yeah. So, do you think that maybe Faf could have taken a punt and given Shabazz the ball, given uh,
Oh,
given
I
Rinku
don't.
wasn't really going great guns and
And Fafil is not someone who's a mug when it comes to hitting spin. He's also looking in great form. I don't think if anything I feel that was a definite 20-25 run over, if not more. Like
I mean, this is probably the worst ball of the tournament so far. This is joking.
I know I don't think you saw the 5 wides.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably contender to
Yeah,
be bowling the
probably.
2 worst balls of the tournament. I mean, this is taking a
It's
page
too
out of the
short, man.
Navdeep Saini bowling textbook. Bowl beamers for fun. It's a joke. Anyway, it's a no ball. It's cost them absolute runs and runs and runs in terms of the last 5 overs. And it makes me think, what will us be happy chasing right now? 200, 190?
I mean, 200 is not difficult to chase because again, KKR will have spinners. I don't know if they'll get a lot of purchase, and their pacers are really like Umesh Yadav, Tim Saudi. Do they have any Shardul Thakur again?
Shardul,
Yeah. So not exactly the kind of bowlers
Russell.
you want to have.
Russell.
Yeah.
Russell, who didn't bowl in that first game, so they just bowled 5 players. Shah Rukh Khan's loving it by the looks of it.
Digression, but Shah Rukh looks really old, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, he swung it away on the leg side. Rinku Singh just a single.
3 no balls we've bowled, man. That's a lot. I don't remember. Oh yeah, we bowled 1 even in the last game.
Yeah. Brain dead bowling by Siraj saying Greg. Dinda Schooler bowling
Wow.
saying Greg. I mean, Greg's coming in pretty harsh here, but I agree with you. If RCB also drop catches, then 2019 deja vu, saying Nani go for. 2019,
What drop catches are we talking about? I remember the no balls against KKR.
I can.
I don't think Russell gave anything to any of the fielders. Everything was dispatched beyond the fence. Oh man,
Brilliant
that was an
slow ball.
almighty hawk. Like, okay.
Brilliant slow ball. But anyway, Shardul Thakur's done his job by a mile here. 26 balls, 63, 2 overs to come. And it makes you think how much RCB will be happy chasing. I'll ask that question right now. I'll ask it again for all the viewers right now. Let us know in the comments. And Gurkirat, I know a lot of people got carried away with that first win that Bangalore enjoyed against Mumbai. But do you rather would
You were among those lot of people, just saying. But continue.
both of us, to be honest? But you predicted before the season started that Bangalore might not even contend in the top four. Do you want to revisit those thoughts?
No, I mean there was a reason for it. Because of the injuries, Hasranga needs to be back very soon. Because without that, they are missing a genuine wicket-taking option, and Siraj needs to get his act right because uh, you know you see 200 chasing here will not be easy, and we need to see how well Maxwell bats, because if there is no Indian batter who in the middle order who starts taking on spin, then the need for RCB might be to play both of Maxwell and Bracewell, and if they do that, then they can't play Hasaranga. So there is a bit of a issue in terms of who their middle order batter is who can carry the innings, say on the occasion where both Faf and Virat are out early in the first 3 or 4 overs.
Run out.
Oh, he's missed, and I don't think they'll come back. Let's be honest, RCB has strange role of giving out out of form players back to form. Shardul scoring 60 is unacceptable. Let's be honest, he isn't a great batsman. Absolutely.
I mean,
Nothing is unacceptable in cricket. Or sport or in life. I mean, Shardul, to his credit, has batted well. It's not that there was some poor bowling. I mean, some of the shots that he's played, it's brilliant. So yeah, I think this is a stretch. But yeah, with now with even Topley being ruled out, we don't know when Hazel would be there. They are missing. Oh, shot.
What a shot that is from Rinku. And
They,
there's
they,
more.
they are missing a express bowler who can hit the deck. Maybe if they had one of that bowlers today, they could have troubled the Kolkata batting lineup far more than what they did. So there are a few obvious holes, but we'll have to see. And the problem that I see is that even Patidar is now ruled out. So in the second half, because they're playing 6 of their 7 matches in Bangalore in the month of April. So in the second half, when they travel and the pitches slow down,
Oh my God. This is shocking. Death bowling woes come to the fore for RCB right now. And I want to cry. Honestly, I want to cry. I mean, it's a joke.
20
They were
20
five
minutes
down
ago.
for 94.
I mean,
They were 5 down for 94. How the hell is it score 185 for 5?
did I see the umpire call it a no ball? I don't know.
No,
Like,
don't
I
say
just-
that.
I
Akshay,
saw
don't
his
say
arms.
He
that.
was gesturing something.
Yeah, I
It
don't know
would
if
be a no ball if there aren't enough fielders in the circle.
Oh my good grief. That depends on how RCB batters play Varun and Sunil Narayan saying Nani goes for.
So and when in the second half of the tournament, when they travel and the pitches slow down, uh, who takes on spinners, or who's their go-to batter who can take on?
How is that a wide?
Yeah, actually,
How
seemed
is that
good
a
in the
wide? Yeah, this is bullshit.
I don't
This is honest bullshit, dude. I mean, look at that replay. I'm surely thinking that's not a wide.
I don't
No
know. I
chance.
also didn't think that was.
So why are they not reviewing it?
That's what.
I don't know. I have no idea. They should be reviewing it. They have a review, but they haven't.
Shot.
Total wide, man. Come
Dude,
on.
this is a joke. 103. The partnership comes up of just 48 balls, essentially 8 overs, and that's turned the game in this head. I mean, honestly, just talk about.
Okay. Sorry to ignore your emotions over here a little bit. I'm very sorry, but if you look at this, Rinku has now hit 3 sixes in his last 3 balls. Right? He before the start of this over, he was batting on 28 of 27 balls. It could have been very easily been a subpar knock, but it was important that he bats till the end, given they had almost suffered a collapse. This is something what I was talking about when I was on the watch along about Particles innings as well, where when when I said that if he's able to hit those 3 sixes, he'll be 20. He was 11 of 18. If he hits those 3 sixes, he could be 29 of 21. So it's not always impossible to recover. It's just that you need some poor bowling to also feast on it, or some great batting sometimes to recover from that.
Yeah.
I mean, but with Particle, I feel the issues aren't just him. It's also the way he's being used. Of course, everyone's already spoken about it.
Catch
Catch
that.
it.
How's that? How's that? Finally, a
But
shocking
this is,
ball,
yeah, this has been a poor over.
but it's been, look, I mean, to be fair to Kolkata and their fans and this team, and these two in particular, Rinku Singh and Shardul Thakur, what a partnership that is. Maybe the partnership so far of the IPL, especially the fact that they've just taken that team out of an absolute turbulent situation. They were 89 for 5, and now the score is in excess of 190, and this has come in just, what, under 50 balls, this 100-run partnership. So brilliant stuff. Rinku didn't get the 50, but like Gurkirat said, he's at least added that final impetus, which has taken KKR close to 200, and they'll be happy with that. Final over, who's bowling it? Surely not Siraj.
It is. Then who Akashdeep is?
I don't know, bro. Anyone but Siraj. Anyone but Siraj. Not today, bro. He's not having a day. Just don't give it a.
No, it is going to be Siraj and. I mean, I actually want to know why isn't Harshal going? Why isn't he at least attempting the Yorkers? That's what sort of got him so much success in 2021. And I understand that he's also spoken a lot about this in terms of how he sweats a lot more than the average bowler, so he tends to slip the ball a lot. And of course, there's a lot of dew here as well. But I would still rather have him attempt the Yorker and fail than just bowl short and wide sort of dollies for Rinku Singh to just swing across and get a 6.
Correct. I know what my other fear is right now, Gurkirat. Whatever, KKR get whatever they get, 13, 10, 15, 5 runs from here, whatever. And then they'll automatically start with spin. And if they get one of those two out, then it again becomes challenging. How are you conceding more runs? Please stop this.
200 plus is a given.
Maybe this is just a performance for Shah Rukh Khan and Pathan and his whole entourage.
But again, I mean, in RCB's defense, this was a very friendly surface. But you've got to at least pitch the ball, man. Come on, you can't be giving full tosses and then but it is a very batting surface.
I mean, it's kind of symbolic of that song, right? Gurkirat Jhume Jo Patan, which is basically the games turning on the head, full Jhumo-fied right now, thanks to Shah.
Yeah, he must be dancing along with him the entire Eden Gardens.
Do you know the steps to that move? You sure you do, right?
Man, you're kidding
No,
me,
I'm just
right?
singing that.
Yeah, the hook steps not difficult of that song.
You can do it.
Not doing it right now. I think most people can do it. The hook step's not difficult.
Or the Jhume Jo Patan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah,
good
the
guess.
hook step's
Go
not
on.
difficult. See,
Go on.
one thing I've understood is that even though this is not my area of expertise, but good choreography will always ensure that the hook step is the one which even the worst non-dancer or worst non-dancer can do. So that way, I think the hook step's quite.
Kevin Peterson batting stance is what he described my
That's
dancing.
that's not a hook step. That's not dancing. That's.
Shardul will be getting special Patan bonus tonight from SRK. Yeah, for sure.
By the way, that Kevin Kevin Peterson step that you were doing, it reminds me of Pappu Khan Dance Ala, because that was the hook step of that song as well. Suits you.
Suits you, for
I
sure.
see.
Is that out?
Now pitching outside.
Raj
actually
is
going
for
to say-
anything.
Of course. I was actually about to say that I see a Narayan 4.20 incoming. Thankfully, he's got an out strike. So yeah, it's up to Shah.
See, my prediction is close. If Siraj can take 2 wickets, I'll get fantasy points. I'll also get my prediction right.
I didn't have Siraj in my fantasy level. I went for Bracewell, who was like, okay, he got that 1 wicket. Kohli is my captain. So what do you reckon with Kohli tonight, Gurkirat? Surely more runs coming from the Kings.
Should do well. This is a venue that he's enjoyed at.
Yes.
Yes.
And Gurkirat gets fantasy points. He
Even Maxwell is
celebrates.
there. Even Maxwell is there. So some 33 points.
33 points.
Wait, how is it 33? How many points per wicket?
For a wicket, you get about
25.
Catch, you get 8.
25? Oh wow, it's
25
25
points. So who's your captain, vice captain tonight? Gurkirat?
My vice captain was David Willey, and my captain is Kohli. Why I had David Willey was because I thought there are 2. I wasn't sure who was going to open, whether it was going to be Venkatesh Iyer or Mandeep, but I still felt that with David Willey, David Willey bowling. Sorry,
Do you have Faf to play C?
I have Faf in the team, but I made Kohli the captain because Kohli has a great record at Eden. He hit a century in Eden in the IPL. His very first international century came at this venue back in 2009 versus Sri Lanka. He has when his drought happened, the last century that he hit was at Eden in that big pink ball test. So Eden's a ground that he's enjoyed at, and
He averages
because
2 or something like that in T20s here on this ground, which is okay.
sorry,
He averages like 42 or something like that in T20s.
I mean, that's okay by Kohli standards,
It's
but
okay by
those
Kohli.
are good numbers, man.
For sure.
Umesh, what does he have? Of course, he
come on,
has.
another wicket. Ah,
Oh,
Someone got
unlucky. And the 200
No, that's
comes
not
up.
unlucky. That's bad bowling. You've got your mid-off in. What?
I know, that's also true. But last ball, and look, KKR will be absolutely delighted from where they were to where they are right now. No one, not a soul, maybe just one person would have predicted that KKR would get 200 when they were 89 for 5.
I did say. I mean, dude, even at 89 for 5, to be honest.
You predicted 200.
No, that wasn't when I
Exactly.
predicted, yeah. I would have probably then said 170, 180, even then.
but at the 10 over mark, I said 180.
Catch
Gosh.
that. Who was that?
Come on,
Another wicket. Another wicket.
Abey,
No.
yaar.
Single, please throw the ball back.
Throw the ball back. Good grief. They come back for 2.
Yeah, of course he would come back with 2.
Oh my god. Bangalore chasing 205, guys. That is quite ridiculous.
What's he
The good
really
thing is, I also had Umesh. So
Reviewing the
six-
no balls.
Yeah.
Ramesh is reviewing the no ball.
For the no ball.
That is ridiculous. Shahrukh's wondering what's happening. And I think
John.
that's done. So 205 is what Bangalore will need to get for this particular chase, which is going to be a sumptuous one. I'm just going to quickly run, eat my dinner, and come back. Gurkirat, you'll just stay on with Akshay, and Somesh is just joining us right now. So we'll make that quick swap, and then I'll be back with more, being high as ever in terms of energy, nothing else. Should have said in terms of food. Or I'm still audible. Shit.
He knows it every time and still does it.
Yeah. So Avnish is clearly rattled, as our viewers can hear and see.
Now, I have 2 questions. I was watching there and just wondering how on earth did it come down to this? Now, question number 1, did Faf do a miscalculation there? Because in my opinion, Bracewell had no business bowling that 15th over. Not only was it a bad option, given Shardul was at the crease and even Rinku Singh can hit off spin, it meant that Karan Sharma did not finish his quota.
Karan, in fact, bowled just 2, right?
He bowled 3.
Oh, okay.
Because there I was wondering that if I'm Faf, Akashi is not bowling, Bracewell is not bowling, Karan, Harshal and Siraj, but that over sort of changed the momentum, right?
Agreed. And but to be honest, I don't think Karan would have made a big difference. But I agree with you on that. Like, Bracewell was not exactly the smartest of choices.
Shardul hit him for 2 sixes and just, from there on, KKR just went on a run scoring spree.
But to be honest, this is that kind of a surface. Like, as sorry,
I think the idea was to bowl an off spinner because they didn't really think that Rinku will take them or take on the off spinner, and Shardul is better against pace than an off spinner. So probably at that point of time, Faf wanted to get an over out.
Get an off spinner, right? We're not talking about an off spinner of a Narayan or a Varun Chakravarti mold here.
Yeah. So I think I agree with you. Probably they could have given the ball to Karan Sharma, because Karan Sharma not bowling out is something which shouldn't have happened idly. And on the very first ball, Karan Sharma did almost get Shardul. So yeah, he probably would have been a better option. But yeah, now what's done is done.
Yeah, and
But
second,
what an innings from Shardul.
what is it with mid-off up? Even if the plan is to bowl short, which obviously Siraj did not comply to, I don't know. Have long on off maybe, but why mid-off? Because you're going to anyway bowl outside off. And we know these days batters, even if it's at a good length or a back of a length, they can hit that tennis shot over mid-off. I don't know, man. A few of the decisions tonight have been a little baffling. Not to take anything away from Shardul. He played a blinder.
Yeah, definitely. Like, Shardul did what Shardul was expected to do. Like he just went after
I
the
think
bowlers.
he's over delivered.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it should not have come down to him posting this total, but yeah.
Towards the latter half, we really sort of lost the plot. It didn't help that the surface also got better to bat, and with you setting in and all of that,
And a few no balls.
just compounded. Exactly, the no balls, man. Like in fact, someone had actually rightly, the outcast, if I'm not wrong, rightly pointed out 23 extras. There were 5 wides. There were 3 no balls. There was a 5 wide. I mean, I can't remember how many wides after that came in. There were 3 no balls. I don't know, man. Like you just can't. Like that's like Dhoni said, that is a crime, especially where at surfaces like these, where it's already so tilted so much in the favor of batters. You can't really be doing this. Again, like even as I speak, I understand that it's easy for me to sit and tell that, but yeah, this is, I feel all cricketers know this. You're being paid to do this. You can't really be going overboard with that.
So when this is one of the reasons why when Avnish was asking me that do I see RCB in the top 4, I said they need Hasaranga back very soon, and whosoever is the replacement that they sign for Topley or for for Hazelwood, that pacer has to be a hit the deck kind of a bowler, someone who can really rush the batters, because without that, this bowling is very very this bowling is very susceptible to going for runs on flat tracks, because on these pitches or in Chinnaswamy, you really can't get overs out of Shahbaz either. Maybe on a pitch where the ball is stopping a little bit, Bracewell, Maxwell, and Shahbaz can give you a combined total of 8 overs. But without that, it's difficult for their team to really get overs out of spinners. And maybe one more game for Akashdeep, but if that doesn't happen, they'll probably have to get Sid called in the 11.
Or Avinash Singh.
Avinash, I don't know. I mean,
I don't see Avinash Singh getting a game this season.
I actually see Rajan Kumar getting a shout out soon, hopefully. Left arm angle, again, I sound like a broken record when it comes to him, but he's actually done really well. Like from what he sort of did at the Syed Mushtaq Ali, he's really good. He bowls early 140s to mid 140s, left arm angle, and he's very good with the new ball. He's also got a slightly slingy action. So I feel he can be the sort of hit the deck bowler that Gurkirat was talking about. He could be an option there. And I would rate him, I mean, I would keep him above Sidkal. I don't think Sidkal, hit the deck to nahi hoga. I don't think that's his thing. Sorry, is it from our end or?
Yeah. Rajan Kumar is the left arm bowler, right?
Yeah.
So they can replace Willie with him and get in a good fast bowler who can hit the deck, because without that it's difficult.
Remains to be seen. I mean, I don't know if they'll actually even look to sign a replacement, because of Hazelwood, like they said, is coming on the 14th. They would ideally be just playing Hazelwood and going ahead with him for the rest of the season. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they go for a replacement in the first place.
They might end up signing Kane Richardson again.
I feel we've gone past that phase. Hopefully he doesn't come back. Ranav Anand says if Shardul the batter can do that here, then imagine.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he's saying that in favor of RCB. And I hope Shardul the bowler does exactly what Shardul the batter did. That is just give runs. Hazelwood will be back on the 14th. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but Shardul's the kind of player with the kind of show that he's put up with the bat. You can totally expect him to today take a 3-for.
Confidence guy.
Totally expect him to take a 3-for, take the new ball, probably get a wicket up front in the power play. He's just that kind of a bowler. Today, because it's his day, he could really knock over Faf and then come back and take a wicket at the death if the game is going close. Today it just seems to be that kind of a day with Shardul.
I mean, he's taken maybe the first ball before, so Faf, I don't think would be that big a deal for him. But again, do you think what do you think about the due right now? Like, did you see anything of it? Like the way Siraj even sort of slided at the last ball while fielding. I guess due could be a pretty big factor.
There will be heavy due at Eden, because I think last year when India were playing West Indies in that three T20 series, there was a lot of dew. So there should be dew, uh, which is why I'm not too. I think it will help our Bangalore, because it would be difficult for someone like Chakravarti to grip the ball, and because he bowled well in the last game.
Oh yeah.
See, dew or not, I think this is a very good batting wicket, and RCB should fancy themselves to chase this down.
Definitely, especially the kind of form that both Virat and Faf have been in, and they really should, like you said, they should fancy their chances. And who do you think would be the impact player for RCB? Because Nitish has already announced.
Yeah, they've actually not used an impact in the last game.
Yeah, exactly. I really first you.
I think Lumror is one of the
Yeah,
options.
so they have Lomro, they have Prabhu Desai, they've got Anuj Rawat and Sonu Yadav. These are the 4 options right now.
Yeah, I mean, they can try Prabhu Desai because he'll be if they actually plan to use him in the 11 itself at some point of time. He's pretty useful with the ball as well. So never know.
I mean, he's not really done much even for Goa in the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy, and he's a great fielder. And that's sort of his claim to fame right now. But in terms of batting, I think I would put Lomror and even Anuj Rawat for that matter above him. And also, I guess RCB would be better off going for a left-hand option, because right now they already have Maxwell, Kohli, Faf, and there's DK as well. So Bracewell and Shahbaz, so to say, are the only 2 left-hand options right now. So maybe someone like a Lomror also helps them sort of get those matchups right, in case an early wicket falls or something. But it'll be interesting to see if there'll be like what sort of new ball movement will be there right now. We saw a lot of it in the first innings, but now that the track sort of set in and there's a lot of dew as well, if there's not a lot of movement, then Kohli and Faf would ideally like to maximize the power play.
I have a feeling that Russell will bowl in this game.
Oh, the one-legged Russell.
Russell should bowl at the domestic batters for sure. Maybe when Mahipal Lomror comes in or Shabazz comes into bat, because he does have the heavy ball that can trouble them. But see,
sort of get off strike, I really feel someone like Kohli or Faf can easily take on, and even Maxwell for that matter, can easily take on Russell.
Kohli and Faf are capable of taking 20 runs off a Russell over. Very easily.
Yeah. If anything, they should feel.
If not 20, then 15 for sure. Maybe 20 is stretching it a little bit, but 15 for sure.
I'm quite looking forward to Suyash Sharma. So, Kolkata will have 3 proper spin options, which will be handy against this RCB batting. I know not getting good form, and Faf's runs against spin have sort of jumped since the last IPL.
Okay, can I join back? Can I join back in like 5-10 minutes?
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to see Suyash Sharma bowling?
No, this will be the first time if he does.
His action was very sort of. You remember Mushtaq Ahmed, Pakistan?
Yeah.
Sort of very high armish, very upar sata, and he's got this is the guy with the, what do you call it, the headband. I don't know if they'll show or they're not. And his googlies were, oh man, like they were turning square, at least the clippings that I saw. More than his conventional leg spinner, it was his googlies that seemed to be doing the trick. And against Kohli, especially googlies, we know how susceptible he is to that. Oh, of course, they made it the Kohli versus SRK.
Kohli versus SRK.
Yeah, wasn't that a thing recently in social media? I remember it trending. I don't know what exactly was the debate about. Jai Kishan Sharma says with the short square boundaries, Maxwell will be the key to take out. Agreed. That's actually very true. And again, even the domestic batters, Shahbaz Ahmed is a local boy, so you would expect him also to have a better understanding of the conditions. So short square boundary is definitely something that the RCB batters will be looking at. Something even, in fact, Shardul did very well. He kept attacking when it came to attacking the spinners. He went square. And with the bowlers, of course, there was this sort of, like, I don't even want to mince my words. It was just dumb. You can't have your mid-off up and then allowing the batters to hit it straight. And your mid-off can't be so square. Like, why was it so square? What I really want to know, want to understand the reason. Like, why was it so square? Did you think the cover drive would sort of come there, or what was it?
Yeah, I mean, sort of baffling. I mean, I know we use the word baffling like every day for some or the other reason, but it happens. I mean, we were discussing this with Dan that it's common sense. If you're playing at Chepauk, you would use more spinners. But then he made a very pertinent point that common sense is not very common, and so even in the last game at Chepauk when Chennai were playing Lucknow, Chennai ended up bowling more spin overs than Lucknow,
and that was the game changer. That's all that was needed.
Yeah,
but that's true. That's very true. Jai Kishan Sharma again saying, "Are you sure with the due around you'd want 3 spinners with Suyash?" I would say so, especially given, like Somesh said, their current form might be good, but historically, RCB's batters, at least the superstars, have sort of struggled against spin. So that would be a punt KKR are better off taking.
Yeah, and he comes with an element of mystery as well.
Exactly. So, I mean, there's no point, having the likes of Umesh Yadav, Tim Saudi, Shardul Thakur. I don't think they have.
And KKR have 6 bowling options already.
Yeah.
And with an impact player, he'll be the 7th bowler. And Nitish Rana can bowl. So there are 8 bowlers potentially. So just have him as a sub. Let's see and figure it out. Because even if you count him out, there'll be 4 pacers. And it's not, maybe the only question would be either him or Vaibhav Arora. But I think, in my opinion, Vaibhav Arora should be in the 11 and use that Saudi spot for an extra batter. Agreed. And if not a batter, then maybe someone like a David Wiese.
Agreed.
That'll only make Kolkata a stronger unit.
Definitely, because with the current lineup, I feel Vaibhav Arora would be an overkill. They've already got Saudi and Umesh Yadav to play with the new ball. I don't think how would Vaibhav Arora, sort of fare with the ball in the 4th or 5th over, by when you've sort of already lost most of whatever movement there could be with the new ball. So yeah, it would be a bit of an overkill. Bracewell's also already padded up. Maybe they're looking at promoting him up the order. That'll be interesting to see. In fact, last season when RCB played KKR, RCB sort of had a mini collapse, and they promoted David Willey up the order, and he did a fantastic job even then.
I remember that
to
game.
Sort of arrest the collapse. So it'll be interesting to see what tactics do they sort of look at when it comes to chasing such a big total.
Umesh Yadav was fiery up front. He took a few wickets.
Yeah. Umesh had gotten Kohli out, and yep. That's true.
So do you think, what is your prediction?
I still sort of feel this is RCB's game to lose, because I don't think KKR have the bowlers or the bowling attack to even defend a 205 at Eden Gardens. Suyash Sharma, of course, might add a bit of that mystery element, but again, you can only do so much with 4 overs. You can't expect him to take all the 10 wickets. And again, RCB also bats deep. They've already got 7 batting options, plus the impact player coming in, so there'll be 8 batting options for them. If anything, Siraj is sort of the only non-batter in the 11 after the impact player comes in. So they'll have technically Karan Sharma at number 10, Harshal Patel at number 9. So that's actually pretty deep batting.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, this is RCB's game to lose for me even now.
Let's see how it unfolds.
And in the meantime, we can talk about tomorrow's game, Lucknow SRH in Lucknow. Lucknow will really want to sort of shrug off what they did at Chepauk and tactically sort of make better decisions, which is something they struggled with in the last game. And SRH again, now they'll be full strength. The likes of Markram, Klaassen, Janssen. You see Markram coming in instead of Phillips?
So I was just wondering, if he comes back in place of Phillips, who keeps?
Klaassen's also a keeper, right? So he can keep. He's not kept for South Africa because
because Klaassen will have to come in for Phillips. And Markram will replace whom then? That's the question.
Yeah. Farooqi was one of their bowlers last time. So maybe Janssen does not come in. It'll be Markram, Klaassen, Brook. And they'll, of course, look to play Adil Rashid. Yeah, because Lucknow,
but that sort of makes their bowling a little light.
Yeah, or they'll be heavily dependent.
They'll bring your favorite Karthik Tyagi in.
Yeah. I mean, come on. You can't tell me Karthik Tyagi is not good enough for IPL. Like, you can't bench him.
I'm not saying he's not good enough for IPL, but I mean, I just feel that what people at times say that Sunrisers bowling attack is like out of this world or the best in this competition, I sort of don't agree.
I mean, they do have some pretty good names out there, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Bhuvi goes, because he had a fairly lackluster opening game against RR. If he doesn't go well, that'll actually make it even more harder for SRH bowlers. And what might also be interesting to see is that SRH spinners, they don't have a lot of spinners, and Lucknow we saw a couple of balls turn square. If you remember Akshar Patel to Kyle Mayers, the way he got him out. So a lot of balls turning square. So they would want the extra spinner. So how do they get that extra spinner in?
Yeah.
There are a lot of questions for SRH to answer tomorrow. It won't be easy. And LSG, man, Mayers or Decock, and if they play both, how does that go? Does Stoinis go out? They also have a lot of questions to answer. In fact, Mockle in his post-match press conference in the previous game was saying that's a happy headache to have, and I'm happy I'm not having to sort of worry about that. It's for the others to take care of it.
Yep. But who are you backing tomorrow?
Again, Lucknow should win. They have a solid lineup and it's their home game. So it's SRH is going to struggle. But you never know. I mean, Makram and all, there's still, I would still say Makram is unproven at the IPL level because the 2 seasons that he's played, one for Punjab in Dubai, in UAE, and one for SRH last season, both were in non-Indian conditions, so to say. He's not really played, at places. It will be Soyash, of course. It is, right?
Let's see.
Just a minute. Let's see who's coming.
Oh, so Venkatesh Iyer is out. So he's definitely not
he's
bowling
definitely
this
been
season.
subbed out. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I counted him out. So he would have been the 9th bowling option.
So Shazam.
But I mean, I don't understand. Why aren't there something about Mandeep?
Fielding, I'm assuming this Mandeep is a fielder,
that's
a better
so
fielder.
strange.
And also maybe Venkatesh Iyer is also carrying an injury or something. He can't bowl, so I don't think he's the greatest of fielders.
Yeah, he had some. Yeah, he had a leg injury or something.
Correct. Okay.
Cool. Yeah. So, Umesh to Kohli. Back to the 2017 days.
The good old 2017 days where 49 all out was still a thing. Let's hope
Yep,
that's not the
and
case.
meanwhile, we'll definitely want Avnish to be back because his king is on strike.
Sub.
On the pads.
Lovely shot, boys. Lovely shot.
Easy start.
Best of luck, Akshay. Best of luck. We're back in the Watchalong, back in the hot seat. Soam's made
And we have to make some noise, dude.
Have to make some noise.
Something has to go out on social, tag people, call people.
Call people, of course. Tell people, plague people, whatever word you want to use. I've just had a fantastic dinner. Thanks, Mama, for sending me that. Really appreciate it. 4 for none, 1 ball up. Umesh to Kohli. And, Kohli's looking good, boys. Kohli's looking good. Right now, it's I don't want to jinx it, but like you guys just saw, the impact sub from a KKR point of view. The young leg spinner Surya Sharma comes in. Russell is warming up his bowling arm, says Jayakishan Sharma. Look, he didn't bowl the last time. We mentioned that at the top. Me and Soam, they just used the 5 bowlers. And all those bowlers are hittable. Let's face it. Umesh, Saudi. The only 2 I'm really scared of is Narayan and Chakravarti, of course. So let's see how they go about it. Umesh to Kohli, 3rd ball. And it's a single on the leg side. I mean, essentially, Faf du Plessis is a different Faf, right? You see what he's done in the last 6 months of T20 cricket. I don't know if you guys follow Faf that much, but we'll tell you right now. He batted in the CPL with a strike rate in excess of 150. He batted in the SC20 in a strike rate of in excess of a strike rate of 170. And so far, we've seen him thump Mumbai.
And he's also played in the BBL and the 100. So the one good thing that he's been doing is he's continuously playing.
Why doesn't he still play for South Africa?
I don't know. I mean, that
he's not technically retired from it.
Yeah. At least on the T20. And the way South African batters are batting these days across formats, I mean, maybe I'm a little harsh, but they can definitely find a place for him.
Yeah, speaking of South Africans, by the way, they return for that tomorrow night fixture, which we'll be doing a watch-along for, Lucknow versus Hyderabad. Soam won't be there. Soam gets his first off in, I don't know, since 4 decades. 1962 was the last time he took an off. Small sample size, but how do you rate Nitish Rana as captain?
Let's see how this bowling inning goes.
Underconfident from the offset. I just generally feel a toss time, you just need to be a more confident lad. But look, I mean, he's been an IPL veteran. I say that because he's been playing IPL cricket for like 10, 12, 13 years now, maybe, Nitish Rana.
No, dude, come on.
How long has he been playing the IPL?
8 years.
No.
This must be his 8th year.
That's it?
Yeah.
Nitish Rana is a name that you probably think about the IPL.
Started with Mumbai. I think 2015 was his first season, if I'm not wrong.
For Mumbai, right?
Yeah.
And then they made that switch. I think when
14,
KKR
15, something
let
like
go of Sky, Rana went to Kolkata, and I think Sky went to Mumbai.
Oh,
Oh,
shot.
brilliant, brilliant! I sometimes don't like that Kohli shot because
Yeah.
that just reminds
Especially in
me.
tests.
Oh, especially in
But
tests.
how short is this boundary? I mean, it just felt like, or the outfield is like
Correct.
a pool table.
I mean, would you rather defend a total at the Chinnaswamy or in the Eden Gardens?
Oh my god, that's a tough one.
That is a very tough.
These
question.
days, I would rather defend it at Chinnaswamy.
Correct, right? And why do you say that? Because this, I don't know, even Shardul's innings, no disrespect to his innings, brilliant knock. In any other bigger ground, I think he would have been found wanting for sure. I think just the small boundaries and the fact that it's a beautiful batting deck right now. I know Bangalore's bowlers made Kolkata look silly, or if you can use the other way around, batting choices from Kolkata today in terms of shot selection was shocking. But yeah, keep your comments coming through. And of course, we'll be there till about, I'm guessing, 11:15, there and thereabout. Hi guys, maybe just Suyash ASAP, unknown quantity to get Kohli. That's what I initially thought, Vikramantya. But it's strange. They're going with Seam
Saudi.
and Tim Saudi. Tim Saudi. Nearly
Tim
making
Saudi and Timid Duplessis.
and Timid Duplessis. I mean, many people are saying already Kohli part of the orange cap race. Obviously, it's still early days, but that 82 and so far he's got what?
Yeah,
8 so
one
far.
more 80 and he's right up there.
He's right up there. So far, right now, I think Gaikwad's leading that race, that 93, and then he got another 70 odd, I think, against LSG. So, look, early days in this tournament, but lots of contenders for the orange cap. Ooh, shy at the stumps, but nothing to worry about. 11 for none. How do you think RCB will approach this chase? Because they obviously have to go at 10s. Do you think both play the aggressor, Kohli drops aggressor? Because they did quite
They
good.
have to attack the pacers because Narayan and Chakravarti never know. I mean, there will be days where they are actually hitting the proper lengths, bowling at a proper pace, gripping the ball properly. So they might be difficult to sort of hit.
And that's a real threat, right? Let's be honest. I mean, from Kolkata's perspective, I don't think Virat and Faf are sweating about
Actually, if you
Saudi
think about it,
English.
something that Bangalore did not have.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh! Oh my good grief. If you guys saw that, you guys probably would have been reacting the same way in your living room or wherever you're watching this.
Cloudy conditions in Auckland.
Napier, day one. I mean, Kohli's just kind of come down the track to play it on the leg side. And
Although, I mean, New Zealand wickets are the flattest unless India are playing there.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever India are playing there, they just plant a lot of grass.
Just to annoy the BCCI more. Look, Kohli's been pretty decent in T20s. They're showing his little batting guard right now, but let's not jinx it. 11 for none. And Saudi to Kohli. Oh, that's a decent shot, but for no run. It makes you think whether Suyash will be introduced early on, because look, Varun and Narayan most probably going to be introduced in the middle overs. Maybe Narayan in case they want a damage control option in the power play, but nothing so far threatening from an RCB perspective. Faf, remember the other day, I think he was the main accelerator. Kohli was still looking good, but he had a lot of luck in that innings, Kohli. I mean, he got dropped off Archer. I think even in the end, he got dropped. So hopefully from an RCB perspective, it's a good one. Oh, it's a waft from Kohli outside off stump. Again, swinging like mad. He wants to review it, Virat for the wide.
Suyash is...
Yeah, Suyash looks like...
yeah, man. Sanju Baba from olden days.
For sure. Let's take a look at this Faf du Plessis particular stat. And he doesn't really like batting at the Eden Gardens. So, I mean, what's the opposite for happy hunting grounds? Sad failing grounds? I don't know.
What is the opposite of hunting? Sad hunted ground.
Yeah, sad seeking grounds. I don't know. Make whatever you want to make of that. But yeah, essentially, Faf du Plessis doesn't really
Saudi
like
playing
Kolkata.
the angles, going wide of the wickets.
Yeah,
bring
for sure.
that in. 2 overs, 12 for none.
Exactly where KKR were after 2 overs as well. So it's that collapse. I mean, I still can't believe 89 for 5. They managed to go to excess of 200. Only Bangalore's bowlers can give a team such luxury in terms of good balls, bad balls. I mean, Harshal Patel again today was a worry. Siraj a worry. I'm just hoping Hazelwood comes back because now Topley has been ruled out fully. Ruled out. Bangalore confirmed it.
Oh,
So now,
sad.
then again, they'll go back to Hazelwood. Or is there another overseas?
So you
pacer?
want Hazelwood for Willie. Where does Hasaranga come in?
Hasaranga, unfortunately, for Bracewell.
But doesn't that lighten your batting a little bit?
I know, that's what I was. Oh, it's a top
Top
edge.
edge, so I think
Please,
it'll clear
please.
mid-on.
Oh, thank God.
Clear mid-on, yeah.
Think there were lots of hearts and mouths there across the country for that. Umesh continuing from this end and nearly getting rid of the former India captain. Hi guys, yeah, we took this from Vikramaditya. I think that could be an option, but only time will tell. I think they still want to exploit the swing and offer. Want an Ajanta Mendes level mystery entry by Suyash tonight, saying Jai Kishan Sharma. Are there more RCB friends in the comments or foes? Because sometimes you get them in equal measure. I know RCB have a huge fan base, but you never know. Sometimes people like to see the downfall of the king and his team. That's a decent shot. Kohli's kind of enjoyed the majority of the strike in his first 2.5 overs. But look, coming back to that point that I was just mentioning about, who was it? The whole injury situation clouding RCB right now with Reece Topley. We asked Gurkirat if he would take any other overseas pacer as a replacement. He was suggesting names like Gerald Coetzee, Wayne Parnell,
Adam Milner.
Because Freddie Wild worked with Pretoria Capitals. So he's obviously working now with Royal Challengers Bangalore. Adam Milner is a good shout. He's played for Bangalore before as well. Remember, he represented Chennai in the previous edition, I think. Was he? Adam Milner, yeah. Him, Conway, Santner.
Adam Milner was it Mumbai?
Yeah.
And then he was with Chennai.
Yep.
And then, yeah, maybe Chris Jordan.
Maybe Chris Jordan as well. Not an RCB fan, but
No, I'm just asking you.
Oh,
Would you want Chris Jordan?
Essentially, no. I mean, he's also represented the franchise, but I don't think so. They showed 3 Kohli shots there. Which is your favorite? Cover drive, flick, or the pull?
Cover drive for sure. Any day.
Cover drive for sure, man. That cover drive just like just art. Honestly, just art.
Kohli cover drive, Rohit pull.
Rohit pull.
Sky sweep.
Sky sweep. KL.
KL that drive over cover. I mean, not a cover drive, but a lofted drive over cover.
Yeah, that's a good shot. KL is going to be in action tomorrow. We've just put out the fantasy preview, by the way, of the LSG SRH games. Check that out. Some good numbers in that. Back Mark Wood, if you guys make your team now. Well done, Faf du Plessis. This is why we like him, because he just adds a little impetus. And sometimes you think about Virat Kohli, every time he's opened in the IPL, he's always had a partner who just takes the innings by the scruff of the neck. Chris Gayle, Faf du Plessis, even when he briefly opened with Anuj Rawat, whenever he did. Going back in time as well, Partha Patel. Everyone Kohli's opened with in T20s generally. Quinton de Kock has just made sure that, you know what, he can get like a couple of siders in. 19 for none, 2.5. KV will take your comment in just a bit. Umesh to Faf, and that could be another boundary. No, it isn't. So 3 overs gone, 19 for none. Why are teams having foreign players in their impact list despite having 4 of them in their playing 11?
I think this is for the fielding substitute. So I think the rule is if you want to make a substitute for an overseas player, or want to bring an overseas player, okay, let me answer this in a very easy manner. Even while fielding, there can only be 4 overseas players. So team want to be in a situation where if they have to sub out for an overseas player only for fielding, they can do it with an overseas player.
Okay, that's a good rule introduced. And remember, yesterday we saw it, but it was a forced change, if you remember rightly. Sorry, not yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday with Baraka Rajpaksa going off after Shikhar Dhawan injured him. It was Matt Short who came on as that sub fielder.
Yeah.
And in fact took a catch. Oh! Now this is why some shots just,
and that is why Matthew Short was in the substitute player list. If he wasn't, he wouldn't have been allowed to take the field as well.
Yeah. So little idiosyncrasy there, but good that Soames clarified that for the larger views. Fantasy preview, don't back KL. Our title says, I think something around KL Rahul. Vikas has got clever and gone with the KL Rahul title. But look, KL Rahul, make no mistake, even though he's not fired this year, he's still got, 20 plus 50 scores? 50 plus scores, beg your pardon, since IPL 2020. So he will give you runs. Couple of more runs for Virat Kohli with a little tumble. But this is
that Varun Chakravarti, I'm assuming.
Yeah. The main question that Som was asking and basing his predictions around pre-season was that where will RCB get their runs? And it was a fair question because obviously you don't know what we're going to get with Virat, given his last 3 years in the IPL. Faf's obviously going to give you runs, but not obviously every game. If it isn't these two,
And there were question marks around Maxwell's
fitness.
So
if it isn't these two, do you think again it just looks like the good old RCB days or the bad old RCB days?
yeah, I mean, after first game, things look very flowery.
Correct.
But as the tournament progresses, I still have my question marks about RCB's batting.
Correct. Short. That's six.
And as whenever I say this, Faf is like, yeah.
It's good just to kind of keep Som down and humble him up a bit. But Faf, I just love it. He's just taken this aggressive route to a different level, and KKR fans also might be loving
But
this
again,
right now.
I just can't fathom how is Saudi playing IPL.
True, and why are they just
I
going
mean,
in with
why is he
back-to-back
in a
pace?
squad, let alone in the 11? I mean, nothing against him. He's a legend in his own right. But I mean, teams got to be better with their team selection.
Look at that camera angle of Virat Kohli just celebrating it. Yes, Fafi. He's having a laugh.
So Faf said, I've not had as many fist pumps in my career as I've had with Virat Kohli. That's the energy that he brings in.
That is
And another one of those simple balls put away by Faf.
I mean, it's almost like Saudi's a bowling machine, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think Saudi's figures at this point of time might read like 5 overs for 70 or something in this season.
I'll see that.
Yeah, maybe Akash, if you're listening to us, what are Saudi's figures in this tournament so far? I'm pretty sure his economy is upwards of 11 at least.
Upwards 11 is what.
I know it's just 6 overs, but
now we'll
still.
just check that out right now because Saudi in the first game. Oh, 1 second. I'll tell you after this ball's over. Maybe after this over, it'll get better. Another 6. Faf du Plessis is just taking Saudi and making him look like an absolute muppet here. Absolute muppet.
we talk about KKR not having enough batting and all. I mean, this team plays Saudi in the 11. I mean, you can just judge the quality of their think tank.
It upsets fans like you and me, right? Like general
I mean, it's just
cricket-loving
that
fans.
taking the league itself for granted.
Yeah.
I mean, they should be fired from the tournament itself. Ki bhai, tum log mat khelo. Make it a 9-team tournament.
I love Virat Kohli celebration over there. 9-team tournament indeed. Because look, I mean, if you play filth like Saudi, that's what happens to you. RCB 42 for none, 4 overs gone. So in the previous game, Saudi went for 54 in his 4 overs, right? Tonight, he's gone for, oh my God, 25 in his 2 overs. So he's conceded 79 in 6 overs for 2 wickets.
So that is
13.
above 13, not even 11.
I mean, it just frustrates cricket fans. Where the hell is Lockie Ferguson? Warming the bench.
Might as well play an Indian guy.
Yeah,
How bad can Weber or be?
Correct.
How bad?
correct. Or just take a hit, right? Just
And
play David Beezer.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Play an Indian guy instead of Saudi and bring David Visa in the team.
Yeah,
You'll get a proper hitter at the end, and he can chip in with a couple of overs as well if
I
needed.
agree. Maybe they need to just refigure and go back to the drawing board with Kolkata because it's I mean, how else do we kind of paint it? Because you just saw that over, guys. Saudi was just bowling predictable lines and lengths, and for Faf du Plessis, who's seen the ball really well, it's ridiculous, right? So spin finally, and it is damage control. I said this earlier. Narayan coming in to just stop this flow of runs, and I want to see the matchup between Virat Kohli and Sunil Narayan because normally you think that Narayan's got the better of him. I don't think Virat's lost his wicket that much to Narayan. Maybe just once. Might be wrong. But quick single here, direct hit. And will they come back? No, they won't.
So we were discussing this before the tournament began as well with, Gurkeerat and Dan, that for KKR, Ferguson is a lock. But they even don't need to play Ferguson. They can play an Indian batter instead and play an Indian bowler instead and use that overseas spot for a batter.
Yeah.
And we ended up saying that with Kolkata, you never know. I mean, instead of Ferguson, they'll end up playing Saudi, let alone picking an overseas batter. And this is exactly what they've done, which is...
But it's crazy. I think we put this up on our stories feature on the app as well. So made the point in that first game where Saudi really can't be playing. It's just ridiculous. So at the end of the day, KKR have a lot to think about. They've already lost their first game to Punjab. They're looking likely to lose this game, even though it's still a long way to go. I might have jumped the gun with that one. But yeah, you look at the matchups. He's got him out thrice, in fact. In 103 balls, Virat scored 101 runs of Sunil
Yeah, we could have
Narine.
done that on the cricket.com app. We could have checked that out.
We could have checked that out, but the benefit of the broadcaster is just showing me right now. But that data is available on the cricket.com app right now for all the fantasy friends that we have out there. And we can, in fact, showcase more data right now. As you can see. Oh, bowled him! Bowled him! What a wicket that is! Virat Kohli. Have I put the mockers on it? Because I was just like, yeah, you'll play him off. But this has gone straight through his little flick through mid-wicket zone. And well, where was Narine in the first 4 overs?
I don't know what to say, but yeah.
I mean, again, is it the spin frailties biting Virat? But this is a top ball. This really is. I mean, it's a traditional off break.
Oh, it turned
Started
as
playing
well.
across
It
the
turned as
line.
well.
And Nitish Rana is absolutely happy. And Sunil Narine equally so. Look, big blow, big wicket. RCB lose Virat Kohli. And that is a dagger to many hearts across the country. 21 for Virat Kohli tonight.
So Sunil Narine not bowling with a full sleeve jersey is itself a sign of confidence.
Is it?
And now he will be even higher up on confidence level after getting the king out. Your thoughts? I mean, what are you feeling?
My thoughts essentially is that Bangalore now really need Faf to at least play till the 10th, 11th over. That's the thing, right? Once you lose Virat or Faf earlier on, you're expecting one of those two to bat. Because, like you said, Maxwell's not fit. Karthik, I don't want Karthik to be entering any time before the 12th over. Any time before the 12th over.
12th is too early.
Correct. And now may as well throw in the substitute, the impact sub right now. Get him
Who is the impact?
Mahibal Lamro.
Has that been announced?
I don't think so, but I'm guessing. Otherwise, we could see the battle of the best Suyash in IPL. Suyash
I think
Prabhu.
Bracewell will come in now.
Bracewell's a good shout. I would love it. Love it if Bracewell comes in. Can't think of a better opening pair than Faf and Kohli to chase a bigger target. Gurkirat, unfortunately, you and me are fantasy captains, mate. We are not going to be enjoying the points today, let alone the rewards. But what a ball from Sunil Narine.
Yeah, but
Yes,
there-
so well done.
there's Bracewell at 3, and I remember when Akshay was there, I did bring this up that can Bracewell come at 3 today?
And it's a good move. I mean, hopefully it pays off. They still have that impact sub option, remember. Bangalore, 45 for 1, 5 overs gone. Wonder who will bowl the final over the power play, because could be a good option, right? Just to test the ego of Faf. So would you give it to the young boy Suyash right now? Or Warren Chakravarti maybe? Just this over. The eke and a wicket out.
Just for the laughs, I would just give one more over to Saudi.
That's it. That's it.
No, but I was listening to the conversation that was happening in the background. I was waiting for Shaunak to add me, but he was not there, so I added myself. Yeah, because I couldn't wait to chip into the conversation. I think they did not play Southie because Ferguson's injured. Because just before the IPL, he did miss an ODI and he did have a injury. So maybe they are waiting on Lockie to get fit. But yeah, with Saudi,
They will play David Vijay, right? And play.
yeah, they can. I think Delhi and Kolkata, have a similar line of thought in terms of Kolkata think that you can never have enough power play bowlers. Delhi think you can never have enough openers. So might as well get whatever options that you can of openers and power play bowlers.
Okay, it is spin, and I predicted it. Varun Chakravarti
There's a
right
spin-
now.
There's a slip as well.
I know both of you. I know you both guys wanted Bracewell, but you know what? Now that Billy is part of the 11, why couldn't we just send Billy? I'd rather back Bracewell later than Billy later.
See, I think they're not chasing 150, 160. They need to send their batters up front.
So Billy also has a license. Go for it.
I mean, license itself is not sufficient right now because they need to test Bracewell out as well. Because let's be fair, he's not set the world alight with the ball. So they have to give him ample opportunity with the bat as well.
Correct.
And what better than this? Because Billy anyway is till Hazelwood arrives is playing as a bowler.
Yeah. I mean, just against the run of the play, that dismissal. But look, Kolkata will take it. And bowl him! Bowl him! Another one. This is the problem. This is the big problem. Why didn't they start with spin, Kolkata? Because we know the frailties that Faf and Virat have. And Bangalore lost their openers right now. Faf now gone for 23. And it's hullabaloo. It's absolute shambles.
Oh,
I don't know what to say, guys. My heart is broken. I mean, this is Again, just a silly shot. Could have really seen it out. Nitish Rana is happy as a happy captain can be. Now who? Now who's the question? I
Maxwell
wouldn't
then.
really expose Maxwell right now, but he's
I
going
think
out.
he's walking
Yeah,
out.
he's walking out with a cap as well. So look, Bangalore, they still have to chase in excess of 200. So I understand where Soam's coming from. The fact that intent still needs to be delivered at the same time that Bangalore might want to consolidate right now. Oh God, this is exactly what I didn't want, right? I was still fine with Bangalore chasing 200, but I was not fine with these guys getting up before the power play. And that's where it hurts. That's where it hurts a lot. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what Akshay Kumaraswamy makes of it. We'll get his thoughts in just a couple of overs as Soam can take a breather. But Gurkirat, just coming to you, and then we'll take the comments as well. We'll take the comment right now saying Sanjay Papiagari going on to say KKR started with pace just to give some hope to RCB. That's one way of looking at it. That's one way of looking at it indeed, Sanjay.
Cheeky.
Sanjay, are you an RCB fan? Let us know in the comments.
Now, if you look at the battle from here on, so Varun is bowling right now, and he's not your friend. I know Maxwell, was it last season? Last season, yeah.
Chennai, yeah.
He played an awesome innings where he targeted both Sunil and Varun. But I mean, from Bangalore's perspective, they just can't lose Maxwell.
Yeah.
If they lose Maxwell, it's
Curtains.
technically game over.
Yeah.
Because KKR can just unleash spinner after spinner to rest of the Bangalore batting lineup.
Correct. And even though sometimes you get that off, I mean, just a illusion that the batting order is quite deep. Still, the Dinesh Karthik, Shabazz, Willi, Harshal, all of them, but still, like these two have to do the major run scoring. Just hope RCB loses this match a little decently. RCB fans saying Arvind KS. I think Arvind went on to say that RCB are losing this earlier as well in one of the comments. I don't know, Arvind, where's your optimistic hat on, my friend? Why so pessimistic in this Thursday evening?
I'm just looking at Kohli's dismissal, and this is something we
Short.
discussed. We discussed during the test matches as well when Kohli was being dismissed by spinners. That I feel he tries to hit them a lot squarer, whereas you see someone like a Shreyas Iyer who's a lot more straighter and in the V. Even if he's hitting on the leg side, it's more towards between mid wicket and mid on, whereas Kohli tries to hit between, fine leg and square leg, not even square leg and mid wicket. And this is where he sort of loses his shape.
Yeah, the fact that sometimes it's just about how spinners. Oh, Maxi, calm down. Yeah, we don't need that right now. 50 for 2,
See,
6
Maxwell
overs
is a
gone.
batter whom I will take if he's on 20 or 20 balls because I know the ceiling. I'll be perfectly all right if Bracewell is sort of trying his shots here and Maxwell just holds one end up instead of doing this, shaky stuff.
Correct, but have you ever seen Maxwell adopt that role?
Never. I mean, everyone wants him to, but he's never done it.
That's the thing. Shivam Kansal, good to see you. Subscribe if you're new, saying losing Patidar a big blow. Absolutely. I mean, remember, it was in this venue that Patidar hit the 112.
I think, Shivam, and for all you listeners, we actually have a very good deep dive on what exactly Patidar brought on board for RCB. The article is right there.
On the homepage. Oh, he's come down the track. Michael Bracewell, he was trying to read that ball like a book a child would probably read in the library. The way Southee's bowling, having a feeling Russell will be bowling today as well. I mean, it'll be interesting how they use their options. Obviously, with the impact sub, they'll have the 6th bowling option, the other spinner. And right now, spin has kind of been detrimental RCB so far in this inning. So it makes you think about Surya Sharma, makes you think all the more about how Narayan's overs are going to be used as well as Varun Chakravarti's overs are going to be used. So 51 for 2, this game's still far from being done. And before, when RCB were 42 for no loss after 4 overs, I was saying, 2 points for sure. But right now, it's just a completely different game altogether. Narayan needs to just be watched out, I guess, from RCB's perspective, because all the other bowlers, so they can be targeted. Just play Narayan out.
No, I think
they can't afford to.
I mean, Varun Shaw, just an element of luck more than anything.
Not really. I mean, Varun, in the first game also, he was better than Narayan in the first game against Punjab.
Okay, fine. I mean, let's see how Surya Sharma gets introduced with these two been bowling in tandem as well. So Virat castled by Narayan and Chakravarti castling Faf.
I think I would give one
Bhuvnesh,
more.
is that dismissal bringing back memories, haunted memories from the past?
Yes.
The one
I
thing
don't.
that I liked in Virat's innings was that he was trying to play pace behind square on the offside. I like that part
Yeah.
because that is something that we don't see that happening a lot with Virat. So I'm happy that at least in white ball he's looking to exploit that area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shivam
Let's-
going on to say when Hasaranga comes in, who will they replace?
This is the
him
biggest
with?
headache, Shivam, because they have to replace him with Bracewell. Because Hazelwood will play at some other time and they'll need pace reinforcements. So if they replace Hasaranga with or replace Bracewell with Hasaranga, their batting would be even more lighter. So, I mean, like I said earlier when we were previewing Bangalore, I mean, it's not all flowery as it seemed against Mumbai.
Correct. And sometimes it makes you think Hasaranga, because of the price tag, will he just automatically be played? I mean, Gurkirat made the point before that Hasaranga is the wicket taker.
Forget
that
the
Has-
price tag. Forget
Yeah.
the price tag. He has to play.
I think.
Yes.
I think
But you know what, Hasaranga, what I'd like if he plays, make him bat at 3, bro. Just make him bat at 3. What do you lose? We've just not used him as a batter well.
Yeah.
That's the problem with Hasaranga. He just bats at 8 at times. That's way
Yeah.
too low.
So his batting value against spin is there, and that is something that Bangalore will have to use well, given they don't really have Patidar now. So yeah, I mean, probably the role of the primary spin hitter role will go to Maxwell only. But if and when Maxwell has been dismissed early, not a bad call to promote Hasaranga.
there is one more batter in the RCB lineup whose batting has not been utilized well, and that is Harshal Patel.
Yeah, I fear for Harshal's place in the 11 halfway through the tournament.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he is someone who can be replaced with Sitcon, if you think about it.
Yeah, maybe he can go out and someone like a Manoj Bandage can come in.
Yeah, but I just want RCB to tighten up their bowlers. I mean, locally. I mean, there's a couple of names. Rajan
Yeah, this is
Kumar,
the game we were
Avinash
talking
Singh.
about. He took on Shakib and Sunil.
And even AB was on fire this day against KKR.
Yeah.
Hot Chepauk day.
I think at that point of time, RCB went 4-on-4, and then the Jadeja v Harshal Patel game happened, and everything sort of went downhill from there.
It was just downwards from there. Sorry, we'll just take that comment from Sanjay. RCB should have included Lavneet Sisodi and Dirk Nannis in their Hall of Fame as well as EB and KL, for sure.
Yeah.
And Crick Nerd has something to say as well. KKR are back in it, boy. Crick Nerd. Oh, they're back in it even more. What are RCB doing? It's honestly their batters can't bloody defend a ball which is heading to the stumps. It's a joke, so.
Game over.
I mean, this is seriously diabolical batting. Just see them out, for love of God. KKR really need pitch like today to utilize. I mean, exponent Narayan Varun duo, they have a good season. You were absolutely immaculate with that comment.
There's a good chance that that Bangalore lose out on all the net run rate that they gained after the first game.
Yeah, actually, I was just thinking the same. That Kohli ने पिछले मैच में बोला था कि we sort of had net run rate in mind as well, and इस game में पूरा बराबर होने वाला है.
Look, at the end of the day, I just want Bangalore to at least make a fight of things because I know their best 3, the so-called AGF back in the hut. But this is where it'll really test this team out. This is an acid test. No, I mean, to be fair, it just pisses me off as an RCB fan. So, like, how much are we relying on 3 men with the bat for like 15 seasons? It was once upon a time Gail de Villiers, Kohli. Now that's Mantles, Faf, Kohli, and Glenn. I mean, it just baffles me. Keep your comments coming through if you guys like seeing me sorrow.
And actually, see, KKR are just setting a template for other teams as well on how to beat RCB. In our honest opinion.
Yeah, spin it to win it. Literally spin it to win it. 8
No,
overs.
but this template is something that has been there for quite some time now.
Yeah, but even
Harshal Patel's come out of bat.
Oh,
Speak of whom?
I think they have one earphone listening to us.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. You're good friends with Freddie Wild anyway, right?
Yeah, I just tweeted him. What are you guys doing?
Must have spoken to him. Again, a shit show from the big show. Honestly, no mistake about that. Last season was all about Shabazz DK recovery for RCB. Will they emulate the same form again? It's a good point that you bring up because there were times where Those three didn't fire.
But Shahbaz DK, pace versus spin, chalk and cheese.
Yeah.
Both like playing high pace, or not high pace, but pace in general. But when it came to spin, both of them were hardly rotating their strike, let alone hitting boundary.
Interesting move this with Harshal Patel promoted up to the order. I think they just want to lengthen their batting. They still have Shahbaz, DK, Willie in the hut and that impact sub. But again, just makes me think about why they can't get certain chinks right.
And this is the best time to bowl Suyash Sharma in the next over.
Oh, boy, another one, another
What
one.
is happening?
What is happening? This is just
Inside
diabolical.
edge off stump, inside edge middle stump, inside edge leg stump.
I mean, I promised myself to do the whole watch-along in terms of the overs. I don't want to. I want to jump out of bed now. It's a joke. I mean, and every time I keep seeing a wicket fall, our viewership is increasing. I think people like to see RCB lose. I mean, this is nothing.
And especially your reaction in RCB.
I mean, but bro, like, what's the point of Harshal Patel coming out with a timid thinking? You can. This is like sending Dinesh Karthik out with that circumspect sort of lens on. Again,
yeah, but
shocking.
these are. I mean, see, Narayan and Varun are the trickiest bowlers to face because यही सोचते रहता है कि भाई अंदर आएगा बाहर आएगा तेज हो जाएगा क्या होगा.
I mean, I thought I would be celebrating an RCB win today, but unfortunately, there is a different script because maybe Shah Rukh Khan has a say. Maybe Shah Rukh Khan has a say. To be fair, his whole family is there. Entourage is there.
Yes,
IPL's returning to the Eden Gardens.
Shah Rukh Khan. भाई हम क्या करें तुम्हारा ओनर एकदम देश छोड़ के भाग गया था भाई.
I mean, the only homecoming which hasn't turned out to be a win, Gurkirat, is your sad Delhi Capitals. They couldn't win at the Kotla. At least RCB won at home. Chepo got their win with CSK. Eden Gardens getting KKR. Papa Pontin.
Not
I had Gurkirat getting slightly pissed in the first inning. अरे मेरा पापा थोड़ी है.
But yeah, so
I mean, isn't there a song as well? That Hindi movie song? What is that song? That houseful song? You must know of it, right? Papa don't preach.
Volume kam kar. Papa jag jayega. It became a very hit song with Boman Irani, Deepika Padukone, Akshay Kumar, Ritesh Deshmukh, and Lara Dutta in that song.
Yes, I names the whole cast. What exactly RCB improving going into the season? They're still getting bashed in the death and found out in the starting 6 in the power play with the bat in hand. I mean, it's a joke.
Ooh, what an over.
What an over and what a spell so far. 2 overs, none. Varun Chakravarti. And suddenly...
Varun has destroyed me in fantasy today.
Who destroyed you in fantasy?
Varun.
Yeah,
So,
Veera rating has a point. SRH lost at home.
Yeah. Oh yeah, SRH as well. Sorry. SRH.
I think Mumbai looked no different.
Mumbai, I think...
Rajasthan yesterday lost a home game.
But technically...
See, my prediction with Mumbai is that they might lose to Chennai on Saturday, but they'll definitely finish in the top 4.
Let's see.
Mumbai.
I think they'll come to the party. Yeah, for sure, bro.
Mumbai in top 4.
Should be happy if they don't end 10th.
See, my predictions, just to reiterate for all you guys out there, the top 4, RCB, Chennai, Mumbai, and LSG. Completely different from what Som and Gurkirat think, because they've gone for SRH, RR, LSG.
I think Mumbai somewhere between 7
Who else did you say? You said
Mumbai
CSK?
somewhere between 7 to 10th for sure.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, Narayan to Bracewell. And right now it's just looking really diabolical because even the required rate is creeping up to 13 already and we're not even into the 10th over. So Jagmeet Singh Oberoi goes on to say from today, analysts will start studying Shardul as he came out of syllabus. For sure. Shardul was a real... I think so far, I know they have a tendency to give the man of the matches to batters. I think Shardul again. Oh, thank God. These will be runs and these will be 4 of them.
So Narayan bowling the third. KKR are going for the kill actually.
They're going for the kill.
I thought it was a good time to introduce Suyash, but I think though 2 lefties are playing. So
yeah, Sajay, Som agrees with you. Som agrees with you big time.
Yeah, true. No, I agree.
And he's one of the greatest fans.
Yeah. Maybe Nitish Rana would have bowled this over.
That's another option. Where's the impact sub? Do they even use him? By the time RCB are batting another 8 overs, Yeah, 4 from
They
Narayan,
don't,
4
they
from
don't need it.
now Chakravarti. There's going to be games and match. I mean,
2-2, no 2. Single.
this is the problem, right? Just when you think positive vibes, great win after Chinnaswamy, and then reality hits you in the
Where are you
face.
playing at Chinnaswamy next?
10th, we'll be there with the fans. Hopefully, the fans will have their voice. They'll have something to say about this batting collapse so far. 42 for none, and at 60 for 4. If you guys have probably gone for a shower, taken a quick dump, gone to get dinner, you would have missed the last 18, 19 runs for 4 wickets.
You would have missed almost 4 played on. To
4 played on. And then you're seeing the scorecard bold, 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 bold. Yeah.
2 of them are not played on, but 2 played on, 2 bold.
Oh, this is a good joke, okay? Guys, laugh at this one. What is RCB's motto?
Oh, short.
What a
Why,
oh,
Shabaz?
reverse sweep to six. Oh no! No, another wicket.
Nothing is going right for RCB.
I was gonna say RCB's motto is play bold. Obviously, literally play bold.
Good one, good one.
Can we tweet that? Can we put that as a hashtag? Samir, play bold. I'm surely thinking it's already come out on Twitter. And bold is in BOWLED. And it's getting from bad to worse. I mean, for a second, that looked like a really good shot of Narayan, but who are you to reverse sweep Narayan, Shabaz? I know you play a lot of cricket in this ground. Ground. But yeah, essentially that. Shabaz Ahmed goes 61 for 5, absolute tatters. And as the boys were joking and rubbing salt into my wounds, they were like, ha, dekho, abhi RCB ka net rate kaise lower aa jayega. I mean, like, quite ridiculous. Gukirats is coming up with some crafty tweets on Twitter, or you're just looking sadly on the phone. What's happening, bro?
No, I was just looking at how in that group fantasy game that we were playing, I was second before before Varun had that double wicket over, and I now am on 8th. So,
Oh my
but
God.
yeah,
One second, Gukira. I don't know if you're watching this on the Hindi stream. They're showing the former KKR and RCB legend Ashok Dinda on screen with a bunch of fans. Look at that. Good old Ashok Dinda. And Soam's probably stealing my tweet. I don't know what he's doing, but he's doing something.
No, our boys have already sort of tweeted play bold and all. That's already gone.
Yeah, bhai. Great minds. Great minds. Play bold. So basically, RCB staging their comeback into this game, winning by maybe 3 wickets in the end. Hopefully, we can see a good performance. 60, 70 run innings from Dinesh Karthik, you reckon, Gukirat? To see RCB home by like maybe one over to spare?
yeah, I don't see them winning, but I just hope that there are some fireworks. You don't want the game to end like this. Probably one partnership.
Are people already going home?
I don't know what they're doing. Oh,
They're looking at SR. He must be doing something to attract
Must
their
be doing something.
attention.
This is a whole KKR IPL SRK script.
Shah Rukh Khan must be bored. Why are the players getting all the attention? Let me do something. Jump on the railing, dance, so that people see me.
I think it's safe to say that RCB is showing their Besharam rung tonight.
ये कहाँ है भाई कौन सी ये चुटकुलों की किताब कहाँ से उठा के लाया
Because I'm just pissed off. I want to break this wall. It's made of plaster of Paris. I want to break this wall. Greg, you want to say, Avnish, you will get your wish come true. Can reach home early tonight. Do not start, Greg. Do not start. I still have to upload the PCs. And of course, it's a good way to plug in the app. Because think about it. You want to see the press conferences, right? You're not going to get them on YouTube anywhere. Where will you get them? The cricket.com app on our stories. We'll give you the exact bites. So download the app for that very reason. RCB thought Russell game down with Lord Chadal and Lord Rinku Singh. Absolutely. I mean, I thought that. I'll hold my hand up, Samish, and tell you that I did. But yeah, what do you make of this Besharam rung, Gurkirat? Because it is honestly a shameful color that RCB are showing today. It is.
It's on expected lines.
Yeah.
It's on expected lines because their frailties against spin have always been there. And while we were talking about their
So
batting
how do
and
you correct that when they kind of come up against spin heavy units like CSK, KKR and stuff? Do they just send someone else instead of Faf and Kohli? Like, what do they do? How do they even address that?
no, so Faf in the last 1 year has actually been a better player of spin for them. The issue is that is Patidar's injury really opens up the floodgates when a good pair of when a good pair of spinners are bowling. Because if not for him, then who you probably bring in Maipal Lomror. If you bring him in, he's also he can maybe hit left arm spin and leg spin, but then there's obviously the option of off spin, and there are quality spinners as well who will know how to tie him down. So there's that. And then uh, you really need a Maxwell to have a 350 run kind of a season, so that other batters don't get exposed to spin. And if that doesn't happen, then what happened today is very likely, very
Yeah.
very likely.
And it can be foreseen. Gurkirat has a lot of merit to say those things because it's been plaguing RCB for a while right now. Let's see how much they can at least salvage tonight. 61 for 5.
Are
So,
RCB playing Kolkata twice?
no, just once.
They're playing Chennai twice.
Yeah. They're playing Chennai twice. And that's
Those
a real
will
worry.
be two tough games.
I mean, I don't even know. I think at the Chinnaswamy, they'll have to just pick a different 11 and outside, depending on conditions, pick it up. As simple as that. Look, Dinesh Karthik is captain KKR, so he knows his ground well. Hopefully, he can just mitigate the big defeat that I'm foreseeing in my mind. Why is DK so reluctant to play the spinners? He kept wickets for two KKR spinners. Must have played them a lot in the nets, right? That's a good question.
This is not, I mean, right now, he has been a timid player of spin from
But
always.
forever.
Even his new avatar, which is the finisher avatar, where he belts pace, I mean, even in that avatar, we've seen him not-
Why is that? Because obviously that point that these guys made, and the fact that he's generally from Tamil
See,
Nadu
the,
playing
the
in
point
Chepo.
is, I mean, at the end of the day, he always
Short.
has been a limited batter.
Correct.
Even while being a limited batter, he's achieved so much. So that credit goes to him. I mean, obviously, everyone would want a player to pace bhi mare, spin bhi mare, but then those players end up becoming legends, right?
Yeah, true.
Also, I mean, it's a little hard to understand that why did Harshal come out to bat when you have Maipal Romro there as a spin hitter. I mean, you then sent in Karthik, even Shabazz against Shabazz ahead of Lomro. So that is something which they could have done better.
They sent in even Harshal over home run, but obviously that was an experiment. A fan has caught you out here, Gurki. That's saying a few days back, Paji was saying RCB will walk over KKR Needin. He also couldn't imagine the script. I mean, even the best get them wrong sometimes, Gurki. Tell them.
This is why I also
No,
said these are
so
2
what I
points
said was
already.
what I said was that I don't know how KKR bowling is going to fare at Eden, because the ball doesn't grip. That is something that I had said, but I never said that they will walk over KKR. If you look at my tweet today, I've said that it could be an interesting battle because of the lack of a hit the deck kind of a bowler for Bangalore, and and the quality spinners that Kolkata have. So, having said that, I still feel no one would have imagined Kolkata to reach 200 plus after being 94 for 5. I mean, that was something that I don't think anyone could have imagined, that Shardul will score a 70. If someone could have called it, then it's something else. I don't think even Nikhil could have called that.
But actually, this exposes the fact that RCB are struggling with the bowling option at the death as well. Because last game, Mumbai almost the same situation, even worse situations. But Mumbai somehow managed to get a total together.
Correct. And that too with, I mean, I know Tilak Verma played a blinder, but Niyal Videra as well, just adding that impetus. So, look, lots of things to think about.
And Tim David did not fire. Under Russell did not fire. Imagine, I mean, it's not going to happen that RCB bowlers are going to get the gunnest batter out of the opposition on a cheap score.
Yeah.
And when they fire, then just imagine what the opposition totals would be like.
Yeah, I mean, but it's very hard to look at the game of cricket like that. Like, essentially.
I know. The point is that there are a lot of considerations here.
Yeah. Now, Surya Sharma has come in. Again, a Patan joke for me. Is he trying to look
Yeah,
like
Patan.
KKR's owner with his hairstyle? Because, I mean, if you look at Surya Sharma's hairstyle right now, it's quite ridiculous. There is the owner in Shah Rukh Khan and his pretty daughter. Crick Nerd saying Rana should take a punt and just give the ball to Surya Sharma. He's done that right now. Time to bowl to Googly. Yup, not speed bro saying, and Suyash is here. So Suyash, and straight up, it's a Googly to Dinesh Karthik.
Shivam Mavi type action for a spinner.
The bandana guy is here saying Pranavanam. Yeah, what is this hairstyle? Is it Pathan? Honestly.
It is Ashok Grinda with long hair.
Oh yeah, that's a good shout. So Anna's probably
So
asking
Akshay was here earlier. He was comparing him with Mushtaq Ahmed. He has that high arm action, a good deceptive googly. Let's see.
Let me see who I can liken him in terms of bowling actions compared to the 90s. I normally do this. I think there's a little bit of a Shadab to him. There's a little bit of a Shadab, right,
Yeah.
Gurkirat?
The load up is like that.
Yeah. I only base it on evidence of Pakistan games, but Gurkirat, of course, is a PSL brand ambassador, so he knows more about Shadab.
Yeah, I don't want to be a PSL brand ambassador. And I don't even call it PSL. I call it extended version of Hong Kong Sixes.
Short.
I call it the extended version of Hong Kong Sixes.
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh, that is Kishan. I remember that Javinia hairstyle. That was shocking. Absolutely shocking. The ex-Arsenal and Roma forward.
This is actually Shivam Mavi bowling spin to me.
Shivam Mavi bowling spin. I mean, that defined long hop if there ever was a ball to define long hop. As long as Bracewell is there, I don't think it's over. That is true. Remember, Bracewell is a man who's taken, who made New Zealand win that game potentially, remember, from a crazy situation. So that's a good one. Thanks, Pranav, for like at least lighting my fire again, giving me hope. I don't know if it's just false hope that you want to extinguish later, but it just makes you think. He just finds ways in this situation, just needs a small partnership. So there's essentially these two, which is Billy and Karthik.
We are being practical.
Sorry, Bracewell and Karthik and Billy.
You know, the target for these two should be to try and take RCB to 150, so that the damage through the net run rate is going to be minimal. But I don't think they will.
Going to get to 150, I think, by the 16th over, and then 4 overs to get the rest of the runs. So that's not too much to ask.
Makes sense. Good plan.
See that? Baji, bhai. Sometimes he doesn't get my sarcasm. Because I was like, that's a very good ball.
I didn't want to laugh, so I just drank my water.
Wow, bhai. Sahi hai. 78 for 5, 10.5. And okay, I mean, it's a good over. More to come from Surya Sharma and the IPL, I'm sure. But I think right now, will they take the strategic? No, they won't. They wouldn't. I require Akshay Kumaraswamy just to come in here for a second. I need to go to the loo just to take a quick break. If we could just 1 over 5 ball substitution, and then I'll be back to do the rest of the 8 overs for sure. But all you 33 people watching, like and subscribe. More content to come. Tomorrow we're doing a brand new show, and it is Jamie Alter, a good old friend. And what is the show called, so?
Bakloli with Jamie Alter.
Bakloli with Jamie Alter.
We wanted to name Bakchodi, but we couldn't.
For SEO reasons. Actually, just polite reasons. So Akshay Kumaraswamy, before I wet myself on live television, can you please come fill in for me for a second? I'll quickly go take a leak and then come back. If you can. If you can, mate. I know you're as nervous as me. But right now, I don't know. I just hope that there's a change of luck. Because every time Gurkirat has come on, wickets fell. When he came on in the first inning, Shardul Thakur hit that enormous, whatever he hit, 64,000 runs. It's just terrible. Terrible.
KKR once had Karyappa as well in there.
Okay, this over, the batters are going to go for it. It's a positive matchup for both of them, which also means there's a chance of losing a wicket.
Yeah. And Sanjay Papegiri, I agree with you. Why don't they just name themselves Kolkata Mystery Riders? Oh, short. Oh, there is a stopgap for just 5 balls. In Akash Subramaniam coming on right now. Let's make that substitution in 2 minutes.
Just realize it will be recorded, right?
Yeah.
What you said. Yes. Hello, Gurkirat. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Akash. Good.
This boy is with teams these days.
Yeah.
He was in Chinnaswamy for the RCB game, then at Chepa for the Chennai game. How were the vibes in both grounds?
I mean, in Chepauk, it was proper deafening. I couldn't hear when I came back from the match because they had given everybody free whistle and everything. So everybody is just whistle poding.
Wow. And what about when Dhoni hit those 2 sixes?
There's a video. I think our team will soon
Okay,
post it.
if Chennai win the IPL, Akash on the Watchalong should actually sing that Whistle Pudu song.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's not a tough.
He's saying I can do it right now.
No, not right now. Why would I sing Shardul Thakur?
Yeah, of course, Shardul Thakur.
But he's ex CSK.
Yeah. He's ex-GC as well. Doesn't mean you can start singing.
Then it's no point of having an ex DC kind of an identity.
Yeah. So can and it's
Yeah.
you just can't explain Shardul Thakur, can you?
But I did say it's going to be an over where a wicket could come because of this reason only.
Yeah.
But
I'm just wondering what the analysts must be thinking. Like, how does Thakur get wickets? It's everywhere, and they don't have a pattern.
Shardul Thakur should be an idol for everyone who feels that they're average.
Be average and good. That's like, yeah, what a wicket.
I think we can go to the last question. Maybe we can take that first. Gaming Singh. So who's playing next? This is just NRR saving now. Glad to see RCB has marked attendance for IPL 23 with their trademark performance. Yeah, I mean, I think Lucknow playing Hyderabad tomorrow.
Yeah. The apparent toppers for everybody.
Oh,
Ooh.
Avnish is back.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
And do you know that Bracewell is out?
don't lie.
Yeah.
Do not
Shardul.
lie. Then I'm not doing the watch long.
I mean, choice is
You
yours.
cannot let it. There's an
Yeah,
ad.
see.
There's a long ad. There's Som's favorite ad.
So,
Shikari. Oh my god, have they been
you know who?
wanted?
Yeah, Shardul, Shikari. See,
No, really? Are you serious? Why did I go for that league?
can we tilt the camera there? I think it will make for a better viewing.
Oh my
Shikari
god.
Shambu.
Oh my god.
Shambles just like his team,
Oh my god. Okay, we'll make this impact sub quickly.
but there is no queue.
Oh, there's no queue. It's fine. Now everything's going off like RCB's innings. 6
Wow.
for 83.
Okay,
I
thanks
mean,
guys.
shocking. Thanks, Akash, for that. Honestly, what do we do with people without you? Guys, I was just thinking about it, right? Normally, like, think about it. This is a guy to guy thing. If you're just watching this, it was a lonely bathroom. I'm just thinking about it. Please,
Oh.
come on.
So
When I go back, there
Neither
should be
Nomror
something.
nor Prabhu Desai, they've gone with Anuj Rao.
Oh my god, a fish out of water. Maybe just gives up. Maybe they've just accepted within this is a defeat. थोड़ा net practice दिलवा दे.
क्या logic हुआ भाई ये?
I mean,
I don't know, man. I
They've
don't know.
been
How-
tactically poor today.
support team.
How do you find it hard to support things like this? I don't know.
For
That's
15
why.
years.
That is why I just feel supporting an IPL franchise is. I mean, it's not my game. Every team does something so stupid, which is like, see, Indian team has already been doing so many stupid things. I can't take stupidity from every corner. There are at least 2 months that I get where I'm not bothered by any stupidity.
I mean, Shahruk's daughter is absolutely loving that wicket of Michael Bracewell right now. Anuj Rawat's coming out of bat. And like Som Gukri had said, basically just go to 150, call it a night, enjoy
Okay,
some
up to
really
150
good,
भी नहीं बन रहे.
enjoy some really good rasgullas, come back, and then beat LSG at home. Shardul's picture has to be the symbol for impact player. I haven't seen a more impactful player than other than maybe Tivatia, goes on to say Sanjay Papayagiri. Yeah, I agree with that. Pranav and PBSK's batters will crush any feeble spin KKR play at Eden. Now, Sameer was asking for a rant. He was like, where are your reactions? I'm going to give you all my reactions after this over because I've built it in terms of that little bathroom break I had. 83 for 6 after 12, which is 84 for 6 after 12. Right? We were 42 for none after 4, and now we've lost essentially 6 wickets for 42 runs, which is shocking.
In
So
8
here
overs.
is my rant, right? I'm never going to get tired of supporting RCB because I always will love them. I'm a Bangalore boy through and through. But sometimes, as much as they have the experience and expertise of Hessin and Freddie Weil and all of that, there's something happening in that squad in terms of team selection. I don't think it comes down to Hessin. I think it just comes down to in-game management, certain tactics, certain baffling decisions. I think they have to just gain the pulse of the match much more. When it's, of course, a game like the Mumbai game, they're always on a high, they're riding it. When games like this, they have to, of course, read situations better, for sure. Maybe when Shardul came out to bat, right? Could they have used Siraj then, Gurkirat Som? I don't know, just to bounce him out. Because ultimately they were on the mat kick here, 5 for 89. And now the game has just gone away. It's just shocking. Absolutely shocking. No Lomro, the spin masher, doesn't get a game here. He's never playing for RCB this season.
Say one thing that I never quite fathom with RCB. I mean, how do they manage to, whenever they lose, how do they manage to just lose by a very big margin?
Yeah, like implode.
I mean, and every season, at least two to three games on an average, they implode.
Yeah.
And this is pretty common with them. I mean, and it is not about one management or whatever it is. Even with several.
Yeah, this is just the team DNA, I suppose.
It's almost like, oh God, gone. I mean, it's just a joke. Honestly, it's a fucking joke, this bloody fucking team. I mean, you know, it pisses me off. I'll tell you why it pisses me off even more, because it is feast or famine, boom or bust. I mean, there'll be highs of highs or the lowest of lows. And that just sums up RCB as a franchise, right? 263, the highest ever score ever achieved in the IPL history. But what's the lowest? 49. RCB have both. Sums up them as a team. And we have all the memories to savor till our bloody grave with Kohli and De Villiers and Gale. And now Surya Sharma is bloody doing celebrations against us. Is this a joke?
But we have seen pretty questionable impact subs in this tournament.
Yeah.
But this has to be right up there. I mean, this does nothing. I mean, Anuj Rawat is not a number 7.
That is true. I mean, even if you wanted to kind of give Anuj Rawat the game, right? Throw him in when he's supposed to bat, at least. Okay, fine. Yeah. I know you don't want to break that partnership with Kohli and Faf. Again, just utilization of certain resources. As Chiellini said, it's the history of Spurs can be said the same of RCB. Yeah? I mean, that's what plagues every RCB fan around. The only positive being in RCB.
You need to explain this. You need to explain this reference, history of Spurs, to those who don't really watch.
No matter what Spurs do, they'll always threaten to win football titles, but they'll never actually win cups and tournaments. They'll always be there and thereabouts, like they're the perfect bridesmaid.
Have they never won a Premier League?
No. And if they did, my memory would tell me way back in the 50s, not when the Premier League era started, even cups and stuff. They've just never
been that producer practice. Is prompting saying that they've won it 2 times.
Oh, they won it 2 times. Maybe in the 50s, 60s.
They're still better than Bangalore.
Yeah. Bangalore haven't won anything. I mean, they've not even won the Fair Play Award, have they? I mean, it's just quite.
You can't win the Fair Play Award when you have Virat in the team.
I mean, it's that stupid cliche, Bangalore won hearts, bro, and stuff like that, which is stupid.
But Karnataka won the treble a few years ago, exactly. So maybe you have something.
Yeah, but what's the point? Because Bangalore, that's another point. Glad that you brought it up. I don't mind losing. Obviously not like this. I don't mind losing, not even like, winning an IPL. But play the local players. There's not one single Karnataka player that I see. I can never relate to my bloody team. Ever since, I don't know, the first 3 years, Akshay can correct me, but after that also, we've had like just sprinkling of Karnataka talent. Maybe a Stuart Binney, a Srinath Arvind, Karan Nair when he was there, KL Rahul in 2016. But after that, no local players at all. And this is what IPL teams should make a bloody mandate. Like how the football clubs do it. It's just a perfect pathway for the local youngsters. If you're from Bangalore rather, you want to aspire to play for RCB. If you're grown up in the Maidans of Mumbai, MI should be a destination, dude. That's how the pathway should be. I mean, I don't know if you guys agree with me or not. Tanmay Agarwal saying
this can only happen if the teams are allowed to sign players outside auction.
Yeah.
That they are from the state association or something,
Correct.
And we want to sign them up because it's a understanding between BCCI and the teams.
Yeah. And then
a few states will miss out, but yeah, I mean, those players can go in the auction, and at some point of time, there will be a team from almost every state, right?
Correct. That was a shocking by the way. By the way, in terms of cricket doppelgangers, do you guys think that Remanullah Gurbaz and Ravi Bishnoi look alike? Just thinking about it.
A little bit, yes.
Yeah, a little bit. Jai Kishan Sharma saying Suyash looks like Neeraj Chopra, the javelin thrower.
But I think at least a foot shorter.
Gone, another one. Dinesh Karthik goes right now. And thanks for watching this watch along. It's a good night from all of
Suyash
us.
Sharma so far has exemplified RCB. His balls have either been garbage or have been just taking wickets.
I just don't know what to do. Guys, you know what? We'll just we'll just end proceedings. Honestly, I'm not having fun anymore. I have better things to do on Thursday.
At least
Stop celebrating like that, man. What are you celebrating for? The game is done. This is Suyash Sharma. I know it's your debut. Enjoy it.
He's dismissed DK, dude. Come on, you're MVP from last season.
Respect, dude. Come on.
There is respect. I mean, he's not taunting the player. He's pointing to the dugout and I'm here.
Only one wicket. Only one wicket has fallen to pace, and that could also be argued that it was to a slower ball by Shardul. All wickets have fallen to spin. It's something that I mentioned in the
2 points for the taking, right?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, what happened? Shardul Thakur ke baad se to this game is like, I don't know what to say.
This is an aberration. I hope this doesn't get like over and over. I know we've seen these collapses in RCB's history and it's in the DNA, like Gulkit likely mentioned, but this is an aberration this season. I don't think we're going to see a more diabolical batting.
Karan Sharma and Dan Christian have been serial title winners, but वो आके भी RCB के fortunes को change नहीं कर
रहा. We've signed title winners, but even they don't.
2 days ago, literally, I had quoted the Bangalore the tweet by Bangalore that unfortunately Rajat Paidar has been ruled out of IPL 2023 due to a child's heel injury. We wish Rajat a speedy recovery. I quoted this tweet and I said, and this could create an Achilles heel for RCB versus spin, more so in the second half of the tournament when the pitches get.
Achilles heel.
चलो कोई बात नहीं. ठीक है, अब कुछ हम सीखेंगे, कुछ लोग हमसे सीखेंगे.
For sure.
Yeah, so what did you tweet?
Sorry?
What did you say?
What I tweeted was that just wait.
Okay, he's
now I'll have to load my tweet again.
So much he doesn't remember it. He doesn't.
Yeah. So I said, and this could create an Achilles heel for RCB versus spin, more so in the second half of the tournament when the pitches get slower and assist spinners quite a lot. I said in the second half, not in the second game. Bangalore, like teams sometimes want to prove someone else wrong, but not in this manner, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, Rajat Patidar is a big blow. Will Jack's also a huge blow. Nachiket S saying, pointing to club badge after scoring goal in club football, I can understand. Cricketers pointing to franchise badge kind of makes me uncomfortable. Like franchise matters more than the national team. Yeah, I know what you're kind of saying, Nachiket, because Suyash just pointed to that KKR emblem. But at least, look, KKR fans would say that they won 2 titles, right? So imagine a Bangalore guy is pointing at the franchise saying, yeah, I play for RCB. Like, what? You haven't won anything. So move on with your life at times. We have Ranji.
But why is it understandable for a football player to do it for their club and not for a cricket?
Because it has much more history representing that city.
But, I mean, take 100 years down the road, even this will be history.
Yeah, 100 years let them do.
So, I mean, after 100 days, players should be allowed to point at their logo, but not right now. I mean, who was Suyash Sharma?
No one.
KKR have done the hard work of identifying.
Okay, this is, by the way, Suyash Sharma has not played a professional game before today.
Exactly.
He's not played a list game.
Logo and tell to the owners that thanks for giving me this opportunity.
He's not played a list game. He's not played a first class game. He's not played a T20 game. He's not had a club.
Coming from a supporter of a team which has Virat Kohli in it, calling someone else's celebration over the top is hypocrisy max.
Suyash Sharma, honestly, to like just point to the badge. Sure, I mean the management's instilled faith in them, but like, come on, Kolkata hasn't had like a record of like 100 years, 50 years.
I just have a meme to show, or rather put out if we can.
Oh, I mean, even if say a Bangalore person did that, I'm just saying, even if a Bangalore person if Virat did that, I would say it's not right.
He does that all the time.
If a Mumbai cricketer did that, Mumbai Indians or Chennai, 100%. But because they won.
It's different. It's different.
That's what I'm saying with Suyash, he was arguably allowed because they won 2 titles. But if a Bangalore cricketer does that, if Virat does that, saying, look at the badge and all that. Who are you? RCB have 15 years in the bloody existence, dude. Like, what's the point?
Yeah, but I mean, he won't be playing 100 years down the line, no? So he has now. He has to be in the present.
Yeah, maybe not. I mean, have you even seen cricketers kind of kiss the national badge?
It's fine. I mean, just because I mean, you've not seen them do it, it doesn't mean that they can't do it.
I mean, if they do it for the country, I would accept that.
But Suyash Sharma might not ever play for the country. Dude, just realize that.
It's
This
his
is
first.
just it for him.
Oh,
He's
God.
not played any Ranji Trophy, any Vijay Hazare, any Syed Mushtaq, any Cooch Behar Trophy, whatever trophy.
I remember
This
that
is
other celebration, right? Which was that?
this is
Aditya
actually his first. This is actually his first game in any BCCI organized tournament.
Yeah.
And I
So
think he
anyway,
did the
I
head.
just have one thing to say to Avnish. You know, it's a dialogue from the movie Welcome. रोने दे बेचारे को दर्द बोलने दे बेचारे को दर्द हो रहा है.
So you should actually say this to me so that I don't interfere if Avnish has some issues with celebrations.
We're just gonna keep a sad puppy face around. But look, credit to KKR because at the end of the day, all of us at the CDC office really took them for granted when we were doing the prediction video. And not a single of us had them in the top four. What? Now Gurkirat's saying no, I defended KKR.
Wait,
No, I never said it's going to be a cakewalk.
No, not this game. I'm saying before the season started, we were all not even giving KKR.
guys,
Yeah, but I don't think you can change that after just 2 games.
just because KKR will be winning this game by 100 runs doesn't mean that they are a title contender all of a sudden.
True.
KKR still are a shit team.
Yeah, and the way the league table is shaping up, I think only everyone who lost their first game won their first game apart from Gujarat and Punjab.
At
So
the end of the day, teams that do fewer mistakes will win.
that is true.
And that is the reason why Chennai just have qualified
More often than not.
11 times in 13 seasons.
That is ridiculous. Anirudh Classical wrote a brilliant article on the CDC page about Rajat Patidar. Yeah, Somesh was plugging that in, Veera Reddy, about that particular problem. The
Yeah, but-
spin merchant.
Kudos to Anirudh.
Yeah, well done. He's enjoying his offs. Come on, give me an off as well, RCB.
Even every red follower is sad. I mean, his Ferrari is not doing as well as he would have liked, and
True.
the RCB boys sad. as you can
RCB
see.
boys are having an off day today. Off day.
Even your Manu have
Yeah, United
has
also.
had a title drought for ages.
I just hope Willie scores some runs.
Why in a fantasy team?
He's my vice captain. But I believe the damage has been done far too much for him to do
Two
anything.
goals and 2 plate ons.
So what was your split up today? 6-5 RCB, 6 players RCB, 5 KKR, or what was it?
No, I had 6 players from Kolkata.
Oh, nice.
See, it came down to choosing a keeper between Gurbaz and DK, and I felt that DK will not get a lot of chance to bat, so I went for Gurbaz.
Gurbaz delivered. So did you pick Shardul Thakur?
No,
Gurgeet, one question that I'm thinking about as well. Do you think DK would be as motivated to perform in this season as he was in the last one?
no, difficult.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because of the
I
T20
think,
World
see,
Cup.
I'm not saying.
It's pretty clear. It should be pretty clear in his mind, right? That India door is probably closed now. So
See,
That was an alibi.
thoda to it has to play in a person's mind. Ki bhai, yeah.
Ideally, he would want to prepare himself that way only, and he'd still want to be motivated. But it's a human tendency. When you know what the realities are, maybe that extra push is not there. There can still be a source of motivation that he can just try and prove it to people that what happened in the last season wasn't a fluke or wasn't a one-off. So there could be that source of motivation. But somewhere down the line, he knows. I mean, I still feel bad for him that the T20 World Cup campaign ended for him with a run out, which was not even his fault because he didn't play the game versus Zimbabwe. And I still feel that playing Pant as a finisher was one of the bigger mistakes that the management of Dravid and Rohit did in the World Cup. And once you had played Pant, you had to promote him at number 3 to play Adil Rashid, and he didn't even face a single ball of Adil Rashid. So I do feel bad for DK because Adelaide was also the kind of ground where he would have made an impact if he had gotten a chance to face some balls because short square boundaries. And he had started off well versus Mustafizur, you know, hitting a sweep and hitting it towards the square leg boundary. And he was run out, and then he had, because Virat called him and sent him back. But yeah, I mean, sometimes you just can't fight fate. And while DK himself has been a little inconsistent, in this scenario, I did feel that he was unlucky. People rarely had a go at him for getting out the way he did in that Pakistan game. I remember Jamie being, so angry at him. But at the same time, people forgot his smarts to, run those 3 runs when Kohli was bowled off the free hit, because Kohli was looking where the ball went and DK was halfway down the crease. So it's just sometimes you can't really fight fate.
Actually, I'm just thinking about 3 players and just wondering how will they motivate themselves. One is DK, one is Bhuvi, and the other one is Rohit Sharma. Because I think that these 3 players are clearly, in my mind, are out of India's T20 scene. For others, there might still be an odd chance. I mean, Ashwin can come in if Sundar is injured. KL Rahul, of course, will be in conversation.
Rohit, really?
Yeah, I mean, you should be glad I did not say Virat, because I think even the same for him as well. But Rohit, definitely, I don't see him playing T20s for India. So Rohit, Bhuvi, and DK from the World Cup team. The rest, everyone maybe still has that outside chance.
So while they may not play again, for Rohit, he has the chance to regain some of his lost reputation, because post the World T20, his reputation has seriously taken a hit, given the fact that he's had subpar IPLs probably after 2015, 2016. He's not averaged more than 30 in a season. He's not had a strike rate of more than 130. Those are poor numbers.
Did he catch it?
Yeah.
Oh, he caught it. Then that's all.
So that was an appeal for both LBW and got it slipped.
So gone. Then RCB capitulating 9 down. Can they get past 100? Or will it be another double-digit score against KKR?
And not to forget,
Avnish, have you had your dinner?
No, bro. I'm gonna eat my words for dinner. Literally.
Yeah, the reason I was worried about you. Like after this performance, you may say कि मैं आज खाना नहीं खाऊंगा. ये मेरा like मैं हड़ताल कर रहा हूँ against this kind of performance.
But does it ever happen to you? I mean, कि ऐसा कुछ हो जाए कि भूख ही ना लगे.
Like हड़ताल.
मैं तो ज्यादा खा लेता हूँ.
हाँ, मेरे साथ ऐसा कभी नहीं होता कि मूड खराब है तो भूख नहीं लग रही है. भाई ज्यादा खाऊंगा मैं तो.
I'm like आज मटन आज सिर्फ चिकन सीख से काम नहीं चलेगा. आज साथ में मटन सीख.
No, for me, I mean, that's a good question. How do you guys kind of cope with losses? Or you don't watch that many?
Good food, good drinks.
That's it, right?
Losses नहीं, मतलब in general, losses से तो उतना घंटा फर्क नहीं पड़ता.
Yeah, I
It's
just
like,
think
Sumesh should someday just say the way I said, like मेरे पापा थोड़ा है, like he should say मेरी team थोड़ी ना आ रही है मेरे.
RCB social media content are becoming permanent. Winning trophies is secondary. Isala content namde. That's what they said. Isala content namde. Money is only motivation, saying Naniko.4. Yeah, I mean, it is the only motivation, but they
8
can't.
wickets to spin. If Anirudh is there, can we get Anirudh to check if there have been more wickets that have fallen to, like, is this the highest number of wickets that have fallen to spin in any innings of the Indian T20 League? Can Anirudh check for us?
If he's listening to us, maybe.
Yeah, I think definitely, right? Surely down the line, there would have been 8 wickets easily. Surely in KKR or Chennai for sure. But let us know if you can access the stats. Anirudh S, because Anirudh K is, if there's any, so basically 8 wickets have fallen to spin. So has there been instances where just 8 or more wickets have been fallen to spin in other IPL games?
Shahrukh Khan खुश नहीं लग रहा है.
Yeah, I don't know why. 96 for 9. Oh, is it 100? No, it's going to be out. Oh, no, it isn't. 2 runs.
Akash Deep on his home ground. Like, bhai, मैं भी run बनाऊंगा.
Akash Deep. Suyash is proper Shadab Khan, bro. Load up.
Proper Shivam Mavi actions and leg spin
like that. Oh, yeah, like the side front on action. Speaking of actions and all of that, we managed to catch up with the Manipal doctor today in Mr. Ayappan Nair, and we have a really good feature coming out before the El Clasico and Bumrah's injury. and all of that. So watch out for that space. Um, RCB just limping towards 100 right now, 98 for 9. I wonder if this will be a negative net run rate.
Of
Every
course.
No, as in like on the table right now.
Yeah, of course. I think so.
Will it be enough to impact? I mean, that would just be silly for them to actually have such a good net run rate and then for it to be seemingly so bad. It's ridiculous. KKR happy, King Khan's happy. Time to eat humble pie, says Vikramaditya Agarwal. Absolutely.
Oh,
Surely
this has been
100 or is
connected.
it out?
This
It's
is connected,
six.
yeah.
This is 6.
Oh no,
No,
not really. And
just
शार्दुल ठाकुर को बोला आज मैं फील्डिंग तो नहीं कर रहा भाई,
Just-
इतनी मेहनत करी है मैंने.
need Smriti Mandana give a pep talk. Yes. Jesse Grumar.
Good one, good one.
Good one, Jay. Kishan. Good one. 102
This,
for 9.
this would actually make for a great tweet. I want to put it out, but yeah, there's too much. There's too much for RCB fans to cope up.
Man, God. हर साल यही scene है. Every year we just think, yeah, it's the hope which kills you. It's honestly the hope which kills you. But still early days, so I'm not really worried about it.
खाओ नहाओ पिटो सो जाओ.
Don't want to believe in all of that. I want to just believe that it's going to be a new season and hopefully not the same old story. It's time for Nitish Rana to bowl a full toss. Things he's Santosh. Look at the remaining games. There's some good games. LSG, SRH, of course. We're going to be doing the watch along tomorrow on Friday. Saturday, we're picking the one game, which is, of course, the El Clasico, the MI vs CSK. That's the Saturday evening game. And Sunday, we're going for the afternoon game, the GT KKR game. So KKR's game will be, KKR will be playing GT next. RCB will be playing LSG next at home in Chinnaswamy. So lots of fun games and lots of fun watch-alongs coming. So subscribe, press that bell icon so you can get all the content in cricket.com and subscribe to us if you're watching for the first time. KKR vs CSK and Chepauk will be interesting. Suresh does look like an interesting bowler. That'll just be a spin shootout, basically. Varun Narayan and Suyash with Tiksana, Santner, Jadeja.
मैं एकदम से सोचने लगा था ये वरुण नारायण कौन है?
Varun Narayan, Suyash. Wow, feeling of win is so good, guys. Very precious win for KKR fans. Take it and be happy with it, Crick Nerd. Just be happy with it. We gifted you the game. I mean, you're lucky your Impact sub is a Bollywood actor.
We need to actually identify all the people who comment with their fan following, right? Like Chuchant is an MI fan, Cricket Nerd is a KKR fan, Vikramaditya is a KKR fan, Ben Brown is a Punjab fan,
Arvind KS is a RCB fan. Lots of them. Oh, is that Curtains? No, it isn't.
Shubh Agarwal is a DC fan.
Yeah.
Shubh Agarwal, kidhar ho bhai? Kitna birthday manaoge?
We have not seen a regular MI fan for a while now.
I don't know. Subodh Chavan.
Subodh Chavan, yeah.
Subodh Chavan is an MI fan. I don't know where Subodh Chavan is.
Gurjot Singh, which team do you support? So you feel very much like Bishnoy in his early Punjab days. Fast Googlies for the win.
Yeah.
Tanmay Agarwal, KKR fan.
KKR fan, lots of KKR fans. Let us know where you guys are from also in terms of which cities. If you guys can probably be from a different city and support a different team. Like Soms from Bhopal supports Mumbai, for example. For example, bhai.
Zabardasti Mumbai fan bana ke rakha hai mujhe.
Hota hai. I'm an MI fan as well. Saying
You know, Gurkirat, I met Avnish for the first time in 2020.
cricket
He
fans.
was of course the RCB fanboy as he is like right now. And I mean Mumbai 2020 was the best T20 team ever put together. And I just said this and tried to explaining him that why they are the best team. And since then he's like properly मेरे को ऐसा ठप्पा ना मार दिया मेरे ऊपर कि भाई मैं मुंबई फैन हूँ इसलिए मैं ऐसा बोल रहा हूँ. मैं बोल रहा हूँ नहीं
But
भाई,
also he also
I'm a fan of common sense and that's why I just praise them.
But he also was a fan of Mumbai initially when the IPL started because he was such a
Sachin को काम खत्म.
I sometimes feel that if I had started to go into the game of cricket a lot, like the way I go deep right now, early on, maybe when I was younger, I would have probably been a Rajasthan Royals fan. I mean, now that is one team I really like because I think, tactically they make very few mistakes.
Yeah.
Very few mistakes. And they are open to experimentation. Delhi has no hope tactically.
And Rajasthan is so watchable.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
every
100%. 100%. Then, Punjab also, I thought in the last season and this season,
Oh, but
they have,
Rajasthan made the biggest tactical blunder of last year by winning the toss in the final and batting first. I hope you know that. Come on, don't kind of say, oh yeah, they don't make tactical blunders. Sankara is also prone to making errors, boss. For sure.
Yeah, but
And that's a big error. They might not make the tactical errors that Bangalore might lose, but come on, for sure. Gurjot Singh
that
needs.
was actually one of the very biggest
is.
blunders of.
yeah,
Gurjot Singh
I had actually forgotten that. I had actually forgotten that.
saying Karan Gol and VRV saying good names over there. Great names. Oh, thank you, David. Really, you're giving
And,
points to
we
Gurkirat also.
actually spoke about it to a lot of experts that we had on our platform, and no one was like, it's fine. I don't think it's a bad call. And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe they know something that we don't. Because in my opinion, that was just gifting the game to the opposition.
Yeah, it was a poor call, especially when you have batting only till 6.
Yeah.
Samson was bought out. Was Kochi Tuskers fan for about 2 years, saying Greg. CSK fan Rituraj, Luffy, Dhoni, love it. Luffy, I think you're new. Subscribe. AKR fan from Nachiket. So lots of
He's actually playing the spin from the hand.
Dhoni's class. Do they even care? I'm having a laugh. They're having a laugh.
We're moving on.
Okay, so just pay attention to that net run rate plus 1.98. How much will it take a toll tonight? That is the question. So CSK, LSG, and RR, they'll be joined by RCB in terms of teams winning one and losing one in the start of this year's competition. MI should this year have to support some other franchise, otherwise I will be Spain without an S. Gurkirat, like for example, you didn't grow up in Delhi, right? And say you grew up in Chennai. Would you ever take that route of being a CSK fan?
Probably would have been a Chennai fan then. I'm a big reason why.
Oh, one
Shot.
second.
Akashdeep to alag hi nahi maan raha.
Akashdeep is hitting it deep indeed. Born and brought up in Mumbai, Punjabi by birth, and love Virat Kohli a lot. I have a lot of horses in this race.
ये सही है भाई.
Gaming race, sare,
तीन जगह पैसे लगा रखे भाई.
Yeah, so if you were in Chennai, would you be a Dhoni CSK fan?
Yeah, Veera Reddy is sunrise.
Yeah, can you post that the previous comment again?
Gaming Singh.
Gaming sake.
Yeah. I mean, Gaming Singh could have vada pav in the vada pav in breakfast, chole bhature in lunch, and then maybe something another.
A vegan salad for dinner. With a protein shake.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, I could have been a Chennai fan if I was born in Chennai, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it depends on the city where you're from. You've just grown up here. For example, if I was grown up in Kolkata, I would have been a KKR fan for sure, 100%. It's just like where you're from, it's a city in the pride.
Yeah, maybe that's the reason why I don't have loyalty at all.
Oh, because you're from Bhopal.
Yeah.
But there is the Indore Giants apparently 2027 new
तो
team.
तब मैं support करूँगा ना.
सही है.
मैं खरीदूँगा भाई. तो देख.
Yeah, the joint owners, maybe Jayant Yadav and so
Oh, so
on.
Luffy is not new, but he's just commented. So
Good to see
good
you.
trick to have people comment, right? Guys, whoever is watching us, tell us the team that you support.
Yeah, absolutely. So brilliant, insightful thinking from you there. What's in the
Watching us
match?
while hitting Halim. अरे नानी मत कर यार भूख लग. मैंने dinner कर लिया फिर से भूख लगाई.
I only liked the mutton halim shots that our company offered us at their anniversary party. Gurkirat was just
What are the good places to eat post midnight during Ramzan?
Halim?
Ramzan month.
Mosque Road, Fraser Town.
पर जगह बता है ये तो पूरा मोहल्ला है.
That just go. There's no place. I mean, there's apparently
Maybe
one.
Gurkirat will join us before Eid, right? So we can
There's-
go out late night.
There's one delicacy which is called Sallu's butter.
चलेंगे.
Proper malai bharke.
कहाँ
Crazy.
मिलेगी? Fraser Town.
Yeah, Fraser Town, Mosque Road. And you get camel meat if you're interested. SRK be like party patan ke ghar mein रखोगे तो पठान तो आएगा ही पटाखे भी लाएगा सुयाशी pataka. Yeah, Impact sub, you mean Impact SRK, right? Because SRK, good old friends with the IPL homecoming if there ever was. But look, 121 for 9. Thankfully, RCB are not shot out before 100. And this little cameo from the number 10 and 11 is at least making me smile a little bit. Indore has Venkatesh Iyer saying Vikramaditya Agarwal and Jayant Yadav. And
नहीं Jayant Yadav.
Oh, he's just born in Indore.
So basically, NP boys in the IPL are Kumar Karthikeya, Rajat Patidar, Venkatesh Iyer. We're getting someone.
India coach.
So born in Indore. कोई लेना देना नहीं है. ऐसे तो सलमान खान is born in Indore as well. तो अब क्या
Really?
average out हो जाता है.
Salman Khan's born in
Yeah.
Indore. Salu bhai.
हाँ चलो भाई.
Sahi hai bhai. Sahi hai bhai. Sahi hai bhai. That's insane. I think one of the comments earlier said, hope Shah Rukh brings Salman for a cameo right now. which is weird. So right now it's clear that Bangalore just trying to diminish the margin of defeat, which is understandable. Thank for that. Looking at one of the comments earlier read that both teams tried to lose this game.
Hey, Avesh
tonight.
Khan. Yeah, exactly. Avesh Khan is from Indore.
But
Yeah.
he's from Indore. Both these teams try to lose this match tonight as much as possible. But it was Shardul Thakur who was the difference. Who's your player of the match?
Shardul.
For sure, right?
Oh, my
Shardul.
friends were supporting KKR for some reason 2008, so I did also the same. I've not changed my team since. Yeah, it was very easy to start. If you are a neutral, it was quite KKR made it very easy for you to like them. Just in the opening night, Brendan McCullum doing Brendan McCullum things, and then of course.
Okay, who wants it? Is this going to be a catch? Quick relegations! Quick! Oh, taken! What a catch this is! I've never seen a better cotton ball by a spinner which has gone miles up in the air. The only one which comes to mind is maybe Kuldeep Yadav for Delhi last year. But look, that is the capitulation coming to an end from an RCB perspective. I know our company is called cricket.com. The parent company is called A23, but RCB doing a 1-2-3. I mean, is this a joke? I mean, sometimes why do we even watch the game? We all love. Okay, thanks for watching. It's a goodbye from us. Bye, Gukira. Time for tomorrow. We'll catch you tomorrow. Okay, bye. Bye, Gukira.
Stat alert: this is the first time a team has lost 9 wickets to spin in an innings, and this has come through our two Anirudhs, Anirudh Suresh and Anirudh Kasargod from the stats team. The previous, by the way, the previous instance was RCB only, where when they had lost 8 wickets to spin versus Chennai in 2019 in Chepauk. If I'm not wrong, that was the season opener in 2019.
First game they were all out for double digit.
70.
Yeah.
I remember.
I was in Gokarna.
Shocking, absolutely shocking. Look, guys, it's been an absolutely terrible watch along this. It's the worst one. Don't watch it. We're going to delete it off YouTube right now. Just joking. It's been fun. Look, win some, learn some. Please learn some RCB going forward. LSG will be their next game on Monday, but we're going to be back in the watch along tomorrow. LSG, SRH. Unfortunately, not so because he'll have a much deserved break. But Gurkirat, will you be there tomorrow?
No, tomorrow I'm not there.
Okay, so no Gurkirat and Soap. So it's basically just me and my sad face after RCB losing tonight. But look, I'll be high in energy. We might get Bishan next week. Bishan's next week as well.
You'll have all the statisticians and
I'll ask Mohit.
Yeah, we will see. I mean, Mohit can wait. I mean, Mohit is a WPL man, so we'll see how it is. We'll probably extreme out our in-house resources at Akshay, Anirudh, Akash, like Som said. But look, really appreciate all the interactive comments. The one that Somesh just asked you guys as well. Responding to him and all of us really makes us feel special. Keep growing this community. Tell a friend about cricket.com because we're here to stay. Follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, and of course, subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's a goodbye, and I think tonight it's a clear winner that the real king did stand up. We'll make you think about that a little bit, and then you can.
Shardul Thakur.
He's a lord. There was a lord, there was a king, there was a god. You can figure out which character came on display.
Lord of the Rings and the Return of the King.
Lord of the Kings. Lord of the Kings, maybe Lord of the King. Look, we can go on and mumble on, but we'll leave it there, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. It's a goodbye from Somesh Agarwal, Gurkirat Singh, and me, Avnish Hegde. Thanks for watching. It's a goodbye from us, and we'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place.